Hello there, toy collectors. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around, and I am very excited to bring you this special review. It's cold. It's cold here, Canada. Hello there, everyone. Happy New Year. My name is Kevin, aka Toying Around. What I do on the channel here, I usually review action figures and collectibles and do something called Unboxing Thursdays, where every week I come on, I unbox some toys and get to chat with some friends and the chat about this awesome hobby. But because of that episode, and that series, I get to meet some awesome people and, we have some similar interests. This particular interest is Star Wars for this video. So thank you for clicking on this video. We're going to talk about the new TV show, The Book of Boba Fett. We can sit down and talk about how you felt about the episode, how we felt about the episode, and all the cool merchandise, collectibles, toys that come along with the show. So I hope you stick around and watch. It would really help if you hit the thumbs up on this video, share, let your friends know on your social media, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff that we're live right now. I'm on Instagram at Toying Around. So feel free to subscribe if you like what you see here on the channel. We're going to be doing this every week. And the cool part is I get to talk with some really awesome friends in this hobby. So I have two returning co-hosts. I think you'll know them from before, but if you're new here, the first is a friend that I recently got to meet for the first time in person. She works in marketing in the toy industry, so some really cool insight and perspective into collecting and merchandise and stuff like that. And also a Star Wars fan. She streams on Twitch. She has a thing called Midnight 30, which most people would just call 12:30, where, after Disney Plus shows air, she goes on Twitch and she chats with her fan base, her subscribers and followers about the show at 12:30. So please welcome back fellow enabler, Livin, Vida, Yoko.
Hi. That was pretty good. That was really good, Kev.
That was freestyle.
That was really good.
It's a new year.
Yeah.
I'm a pro.
I'm ready to spill some boba tea. Not literally.
Spill proof, because it's
not literally.
Welcome back. Happy New Year.
How's it going? Happy to be here.
I'm
Book of Fett Shand is what I prefer to call this show myself.
With all the titles that you would want, it would not fit in any of like the YouTube headers or Twitch probably.
No.
If you put all of them at once.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
Are you excited to chat more Star Wars since you've self-invited yourself back from the previous stream?
No, I think I was for real invited this time. Thank you. No,
everyone in the chat.
It feels good.
We previously did Bad Batch, 15 streams. And with Yoko here and the next co-host, you will know him from Kim's Convenience, a Star Wars, and soon to be in the future, the live-action Avatar series on Netflix. Welcome back, Mr. Paul, Sun-Hyung Lee.
Hey, what's up?
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year. Oh, you're really working on those openings there, Kev.
Another freestyle. I should probably not say that out loud. Yeah, I've been working so hard.
Yeah, no, you've got that real DJ voice, and the timbre of your voice is dropped down. You're using your DJ voice, which is really cool.
It's the new mic, or it's the new software.
Yeah,
it sounds nice.
You got that silky smooth filter on.
Can I do this? Oh yeah!
Wait, it's right here.
Say it takes the lotion from the basket and rubs it on, rubs it in its skin. Sorry,
I feel like I can't remember all those words, but I think when I use that voice, I did summon Fred into the chat. What's up, Fred? Over in Twitch. I appreciate you. Appreciate everyone watching on Twitch and also here on YouTube. If you prefer Twitch, it's on twitch.tv/toyingaround. But speaking of DJ voices, the next person is a friend of ours who you may know from the Toy Migos or from the Sarlacc Digest podcast. And I wanted to bring him on because, well, we'll get to the reason. This is my friend, the Fallen Fett, Ernie.
Hey guys, what's up?
Mhm.
I'm
There it is.
honored to be here amongst you guys today, man. This is gonna be awesome. When
What's up, Ernie?
you had messaged me, man, I was like, oh, dude, I cannot wait. Let's do this.
So, for people who've been following the channel, or if you don't know, I've always been of the camp that Boba Fett wasn't such a badass in the original trilogy. Don't cut the quote there where my pause was. Okay, put it all together. Don't keep it keep it in context. But you know, after we started streaming Bad Batch and then talking to Paul, I'm like, oh, Paul kind of felt the same way of the original trilogy as well. Don't misquote that. Original trilogy, purely movie Boba Fett, not like counting books and everything and whatnot. And then I found this old tweet from Yoko from many years ago, where it was just more. I wouldn't say Boba Fett slander, because slander means part of it isn't true. Is that correct?
If it's in print, it's libel.
Mhm.
If you say it out loud,
Yeah.
it's slander.
It's Boba Fett
It was both.
Twitter libel.
It was both.
So we've all, we kind of
she
grouped
knows
together.
what she did.
He
Yeah.
knows what he didn't do.
Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. Wow. All right.
And Ernie and I always playfully go back and forth about, how not great or great Boba Fett is. My favorite one, Ernie, do you want to tell it about that message I sent you, or should I do it?
No, you go ahead.
Honestly,
You're
props
the
to you.
one who instigated it.
I messaged Ernie and I said, can you believe this lame has his own show? And then his reply was something to the effect of like, yeah, like that's how I feel about you. And I was like, damn, that was good.
That's a good one.
That was immediate. Like, all right.
So I thought,
this guy woke up
the
choosing
Fat
death
Man has his
today.
own show. You need to be on here and at least defend your man and see what's going on here. And I'm glad you're available today, and we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. I rearranged the schedule, and I'm here to hopefully do my best to defend all I can.
Yeah, but I just to interject here, I think Kevin he really put things into perspective when he said, if we're talking, the original trilogy Boba Fett, you have to admit he was a bit overrated. I mean, he had cool armor, but he had 6 minutes of screen time. Didn't do very much other than follow Han Solo around, stand behind Darth Vader while he did all the heavy lifting, and at the end he gets knocked into the Sarlacc Pit. It wasn't really until season 2 of Mandalorian that he really became the badass everybody thought he was in the original trilogy.
Mhm.
And like that was a reckoning. I mean, that was an explosion of visceral anger and violence and pent up Boba Fett fans finally going yes and shooting their load and going, that's the guy that we're really, really hoping for.
Mhm.
And so it's
Absolutely.
really easy, I think, now to sort of defend him as being a complete badass, because this is the sort of retcon version of him that we're seeing now. We're not talking the original Jeremy Bullock who gets knocked into the Sarlacc Pit, Boba Fett. We're talking the Tamura Morrison version, who's completely badass. And I want to talk a little bit about something that I realized too over that time span, because the events of Book of Boba Fett are about 5 years after Return of the Jedi, right? It's sitting sort of the same time as Mandalorian. So there's that question of age for me that I want to sort of examine between the age of like the Jeremy Bullock character and the Tamura Morrison portrayal, right? Because two different body styles, body types, and two different actors. And so there's something a little bit there that I was thinking about, like let's chat about this later on too.
Ooh, do you have a theory?
No, it's just sort of like a question of, because they are completely, if you look at Jeremy Bullock's body type versus Tamura Morrison. I mean, Tamura Morrison, he's like a tank, right? Like he's built. That wasn't Jeremy Bullock. He was lithe and tall and slender, and he gets knocked into the Sarlacc Pit and he comes out like a good 2 stone heavier. I thought he was being digested. Or maybe he was digesting the Sarlacc. Anyways, that's something for later on. I thought would be very interesting. And that always happens whenever you get another character, character portrayed by two actors of different body types.
Right. Oh, that was weird.
You're suddenly in the Hall of Echoes.
I thought he was in the
That was
Sarlacc
my-
Pit.
We were in his,
He was-
we were in his inner thoughts
Yeah.
again.
My
Right.
inner thoughts mode.
Yeah.
We're gonna keep a counter of how many times we reference that he fell into a pit and was
Well,
knocked
what are
in
you
by
already
a
up to?
blind guy.
27.
2 so far, but we're still very
Alright.
early.
All right.
It's still
Mm,
It is the fall in.
thank
Fett count.
you. Thank you.
So we're going to talk about the show. We're going to talk about all the awesome merch that's maybe out or announced for the show. But what really makes any of these live streams is for all the awesome people who tune in and want to be part of the chat and be here live. So thank you. If you want to join in the chat, please feel free to comment here, comment on Twitch. If you want to become a channel member, which is completely optional, but it gives you the option to, if you want to support the channel, but also if you want to be more interactive in the chat with different emojis and different things like that, and some member exclusive content here and there. Posted a link in YouTube. Ernie,
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to make you shout out everyone. Thank you for coming by. I'm going to give you a break. Usually,
yeah.
usually Paul, he usually does all the shout outs on his stream. You want to give Paul a taste of what you do?
Sure. I absolutely can. Not a
No,
problem.
I won't make you do it because this chat's been jumping and it confuses you sometimes. All right, we have in the
Nah,
house
I can do the first 10.
He's a professional. He can do it.
first
right.
10. All right, first 10.
Come
He's
on.
Let's go.
more of a professional.
You just go straight into it, like top of my head, like I always do. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that. Full screen Fett. All right, check it out.
Full screen.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to it's another episode of Toying Around. If you're just joining us, hit that thumbs up like I just did. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and hit all so you don't miss an episode of when Toying Around is on. So right now, let's say what's up to the Butter Nation. We got a lot of people in the chat. First off, we got the Wrestling Hound. Woo! Win or Lose is here. RMD Collective, the one and only Plastiadicto. Toy Rensu, what's up, man? Bearded Bills, how's it going? We got Toy Monarchy, Darth Gutierrez, Mel Day, Great White North Empire, NYC Figure Fanatic. What's up, man? How's it going? We got Tommy K, Mario's here, Toy Rensu.
Wait, we have to stop for Tommy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, that's a new tradition. Oh,
For
sorry,
Tommy?
new
You see
tradition.
What's up?
Tommy, you gotta say, "Shut up, Tommy."
Shut up, Tommy.
There you go.
Happy New Year, Tommy.
Happy New Year, by the way. Happy New Year's to all the Butter Nation, by the way. We're so happy that you guys chose us to hang out with on your first day. Back at it, we got Stream Elements, Mario, Tommy, Christopher Calvin. Let's see. 796 Studios. What's up? How's it going? Bearded Builds, RMD Collective, Win or Lose, Bloody Sydney, Thomas, let's see, everybody's still talking. Fly Zone 21, Prog Monster, the Sunny Channel, definitely in the house. Be sure and go check out all of his early reviews. I don't even know how he gets that stuff so early, but man, Sunny's always on top of it, isn't he? Dragon Eye 69, and I think that's everybody. See, I'll just stop right there for you because you have a long list of Butter Nation. But that's
Thank
how we
you.
roll.
We also have a. Thank you, Ernie. There's also Fred. There's Nerdy Curious. There's and yeah, you said Prague over on Twitch. Cool. All right, let's get into the episode, chapter 1 for the Book of Boba Fett. It is called Stranger. I already forgot. Oh my god.
In a
strange
strange land.
Stranger
land.
in a Strange Land.
Wow.
We will
3
get
out
to
of
that
4 of
part
us knew the
because-
title.
Yeah, the title is a little bit after. I think I screenshotted. So we start off. We're back on Tatooine. This is outside Jabba's palace. You have the twin sons. I really hope this is the right photo.
I've missed your
Here we go.
screenshot.
We're back. So they showed this tunnel, and I thought because of the textures on here, I thought it's either a painting or it looked really. I thought maybe they pulled some old footage for this. So I booted up Return of the Jedi when Luke
Right.
first walks in. It's kind of it's the same tunnel, but it's not the same shot that they use because you
Isn't
see
it-
Luke coming through the gate while on this angle. But I thought it would be cool if they had used something like that, because this one wasn't even like a dynamic. It was just a still shot that they kind of moved around, and these are just flashbacks of Boba Fett as he's in this. Is this a Bacta tank or like a modern?
Back to
Do they
pod.
specifically call it a Bacta tank?
Mhm.
Called it a back to pod.
Pod. Well, he's at the spa. He's at the spa that
Yes.
he's put in here at Jabba's
Yeah.
palace. It looks very fancy. He's got some lime or lemon peels on his eyes, and he's having these flashbacks. It's cool. We get to see the cloning planet again, as I forget, because we thought maybe we saw the last of it in the Bad Batch.
Camino.
It's not Camino. Thank you. That's why you're the best.
I'm just here to help you out, man.
You're the best hype man ever. We see the slave one over in the corner, and there's more flashbacks
Baby
of
Boba.
Boba. Apparently, this shot is different. Like some of the monsters are
Yeah.
missing in the background.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just they just had different shoots from before that they used, or different footage?
No, Daniel Logan confirmed it. They used old
Nice.
footage of him, and then there was an old one of that wide shot. The new one is the kid running up to grab it, where he like
Right.
runs up, and then the shot of his face in the T-visor. That's the new.
Yeah, I like that. LL Falconer, welcome back. Says different camera angle.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't feel like blocking Paul. Here you go. When comments come up, we have to make sure everyone sees Paul's mustache.
Mustache.
Or lack thereof.
It's coming in.
Or lack thereof. I forgot which screen it is. All right. So he's having flashbacks.
Did
and
anybody else
flashback
think
to-
that, when he ran up and he picked up, and I remember this the first time too, thinking, when he picks up Jango Fett's helmet, Django's head sliding out, plonk,
Yeah.
and landing. But then I was watching another video, and they actually show when his head gets sliced off and flies through the air, they actually have a shadow of the head coming out of the helmet.
Oh.
So
That's
when
right.
it lands and Boba picks it up, that doesn't happen. So they do it very, very subtly, and it's all done via
I feel
shadow.
good about that. I'm glad they did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would have
Yeah,
been really
you don't wanna-
graphic. This is a
That's
You
kid.
don't want to
Slightly
torment the kid more with the head just falling out, right?
Yeah,
When you
Yeah.
got it.
No, that was a good decision. Yeah.
Nice and subtle.
Little baby
But
Boba
he
was conflicted
finally-
with, what do I pick up, the helmet or the head?
Oh god.
Right.
Well, there will be severed heads later on in this episode, so you will get your fix there. We cut to another flashback for Boba Fett. Here he is inside the Sarlacc Pit.
I think you could have picked a darker screenshot, Kevin. I can still sort of see some
It's
detail,
impossible.
so you
His
could have
elbow
gone
pad.
darker.
Yeah.
There you go.
It looks. I don't know what to say.
Well, the footage in here was done beautifully. Like all these shots were great, and he's in the belly of the beast, so it is pure, just dark in there. And
Thanks,
when he
Ernie.
hits that flashlight shot, that's kind of why.
Ernie,
I got to defend my guy
Was
for
this-
being in the dark.
was this scene inside the Sarlacc Pit? I imagine you've been dreading it for years, with everyone always talking about Boba Fett falling into the
Yeah.
pit. And you're like, oh god, what is it going to be like when they finally show it and tackle that topic? What did you
Right.
think of this part?
I thought it was great. It was visually stunning. I couldn't believe this is all right. We're going right off the bat with it, and then to have it shot like that there's so much fan art over the years out there. Like this picture is exactly drawn by somebody else, like 6 years ago, 10 years ago. There's so much of it out there. It was great. I mean, he took that into mind while doing this and the setup and everything, and it was great. The stormtrooper that is going to be weird. But then also the whole opening and everything is the Patton Oswalt word for word from Parks and Rec of
Mhm.
what he described in that episode. And that was great that we got that. My friend told me that right after, and I was like, "Oh, holy crap, that's right."
Yeah, I
And
remember that.
that was cool.
Yoko, how about you? What did you think of this scene?
What I was thinking was like, with this scene happening right at the beginning of the episode, I was like, all right, we're getting this right away. It was kind of like, for me, it was the Ahsoka appearance on The Mandalorian when you knew she was going to be in that episode, and then like they give you her right away. So I think that's kind of fun that like they just give it to you. They're not making you wait to the last minutes of the episode to give you what you know you're waiting for. So I think it's almost a fun surprise that way to just get it out of the way in a way.
That's true.
Smooth like butter.
We have a super chat from Gross Fidelity. Thank you. Happy New Year. Thank you for the super chat. It says, can't stick around tonight, sadly, but have fun, y'all. I had the chance to meet Jeremy Bullock, Tamura Morrison, and Ming-Na Wen. All were great people. That's awesome. We're going to talk about some Ming-Na Wen hot toys later. I'll pull that up real quick after. But thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the super chat. It was really nice of you. Thank you. Wait, I think I have another one.
Thank you. Far too kind.
There we go. Paul. Boba Fett in the Sarlacc
Yeah.
Pit.
My only thing is, well, I got a couple things. One, why wasn't he upside down? Because when he fell in, didn't he fly straight in? Right? When he got hit, bang, hits the side of the Jabba's barge and sort of rolls down. So I thought he went head first into the Sarlacc's mouth. So thought maybe he should have been upside down. But the other thing is
GIF. They play it a lot on the Toy Migos stream for Ernie. Ernie, do you recall? Does he go in head first?
So he was trying to save somebody. I don't know what you mean if he fell in. He was trying to save someone.
Yeah, uh-huh.
himself.
And he stopped, dropped, and rolled in. It was more of a roll in.
It was a roll.
It wasn't head. But I mean, you kind of though. I would too. I would expect him upside down.
Yeah, like because he's
trying
the right
to
side up, right? So
yeah,
there's that.
But
But
maybe he just got moved around.
Yeah,
in there. I don't know,
which is fine. Like the stormtroopers like that too. But I swear I saw a version of this somewhere, either fan art in a comic book or something, where he's inside the Sarlacc pit and he sees there's a stormtrooper that's already been in there for a while, and he does the exact same thing where he pulls out the air hose and uses that. I've seen it somewhere. I can't remember where. I don't know if I read it in an expanded universe novel or I saw it in a graphic novel or something. But that's exactly like that image of the sand trooper. And it looked like for a second there, I thought that sand trooper had like the officer's shoulder pauldron, like the orange one on the side. I don't know. I can't see it from this angle, but I could have sworn initially I saw
it. Like it was there.
Yeah. So like that trooper's been there for a while. Black Series helmet you can see has been melted in certain spots.
Yeah.
And stuff. So that's canon now. So all you Black Series collectors out there, if you want to do the semi-digested stormtrooper in the Sarlacc stomach, there you go. It's canon now.
Target exclusive. Here we go.
Yes. That's what it's gonna be.
Oh, good old Hasbro.
Yeah. But I thought, this was I agree with Yoko. It's like, this is what everybody is waiting for. Give the people what they want. And in that way, you won't have people complaining. When are we going to see how he got out? When are we going to see how he got out? I love the device that they use while he's healing in the back to tank, where he's having these flashbacks. It's very sort of similar to Mandalorian when the armor is forging the Beskar with every hammer strike. There's a flashback. So the little bits like that, the little callbacks, I like that sort of interconnective tissue between the series. At this point, too, I want to do a shout out to the music that they use. I thought, while similar in vein, it was so unique to the Boba Fett theme. Like, I'm really digging the music for this series so far. Like, he's got really cool repainted armor, really badass attitude, and now a kick-ass sort of theme song to go along. So that was pretty awesome. So he's got the Shaft sort of hat trick going on right there, because he's a bad mother, So, but I thought this was cool. I thought this was cool.
Paul, thank you for using restraints on the F-bombs
Paul
so
is
far.
shy about swearing. That's weird.
I don't know. I just feel weird because I'm suddenly self-conscious that maybe kids are watching, and if I say the word "fuck," they might get upset.
You weren't worried about that.
I was a little drunk. I will admit.
How many White Claws?
Well, I was in Ottawa and Vancouver. That'll do it. That'll do it. No offense against Ottawa or Vancouver. It's just I was alone, so I was drinking, and the Leafs had lost.
It happens.
So
Sorry to bring up,
sorry.
bad memories.
Oh, I had a great time. It's great. Thanks, Yoko. Really enjoyed that.
Is
really
this,
shitty hotel Wi-Fi? All right, now you've done it. I've broke the seal, so I'm just gonna start
Yep.
fucking swearing.
Yeah.
I don't fucking
All
care
right,
anymore.
This is a go. Hey, it's
Yeah.
okay. You were just talking about the Fett. You don't
That's
have to watch your mouth.
Boba fucking Fett. The Book of fucking Fett. That's fucking awesome.
Oh,
I'm trying to get that
know
tattoo
how it goes
against-
on your
along
channel.
my neck. Yeah. If I can get that tattooed on my neck right here, I'll
Yeah.
be set.
and then a little caricature of Paul's face saying it in like a word bubble
Shouting it up. Yeah.
right on the front. Do you have like a Fett Life tattoo across the stomach,
Yeah, just like Pac.
like Tupac?
Right there. It is. Yeah. I say that for my OnlyFans though. I can't show it on yours. So you'll have
That's
to go
fair,
to my
that's
page.
fair.
Yeah.
All right, I'll
Or
post
you
a
can
link
order
later.
Thank you. You can order my 2022 catalog calendar. It's on there too. That's July.
Shout outs to Alexander Eagleson for becoming a channel member here on YouTube. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy everything that's going on here. I've been having a lot of fun doing these streams, talking about toys and everything. So happy to have you here, and hope you stick around and enjoy. The Stormtrooper, I think it's like, we don't remember any Stormtroopers being on Jabba's sail barge. You can see from the deterioration from like the stomach acids. It's been there a long time. No real clue as to like where it came from, but like I guess the oxygen tank or wherever is it in the helmet still works. It's all good. It's all for the purpose of storytelling. We have Jason Lapidus, my friend, says Happy New Year. Yoko, Paul, and Kevin. I'm gonna throw an Ernie there too for you.
Yeah,
Jason,
thanks,
that's-
Jason.
Come on. Very rude. I'll have to catch
Hope
the
you
stream
have a
tomorrow.
great year.
Oh, another offense. Another blow. Thank you. Love you guys. Okay, fair enough. Your friends, the Toy Amigos, are here. Is Yoko dressed as Spinelli? What
I
does that mean?
apologize. I apologize for them, Yoko. They really don't know that you're bounding as Fennec. Any Star Wars fan can clearly see that, but they don't Star Wars that hard over there.
Thank you.
I thought
Thank
you were in some sort
Yeah,
of
see?
Super 7 biker gang.
Either. I accept either.
That too.
Okay.
Chair stuck.
Johnny's a roadie though. That's Yoko's little, you know what? He's still trying to make it into the gang, but we'll talk about that later.
All right. Boba Fett punches through the side wall, turns on the flamethrowers, somehow burns and digs his way to the surface.
I have a quick question about that.
Yes.
So he needs oxygen to live, right? And he got some from the stormtrooper, right? The corpse of the stormtrooper. I don't know about physics or science in a galaxy far, far away, but like, doesn't flame need oxygen to ignite? Like, so how does he use the flame if there's such little oxygen inside of the Sarlacc? That's my only question.
Can I try and answer?
Please.
Science nerd here.
Yes.
I think when we show up, he was choking. You could hear it. He was like choking, like if there was little air in there already.
Yeah.
So he pulls it. He gives himself exactly what he needs. He only needs a little bit because he's a badass, of course. And then he leaves it out and open, just like you would like a gas line. And obviously, and then punches, cuts, and then turns on. I think being in such tight quarters, because you kind of see it when it shoots out, and then it circles, and you get like what would be an explosion.
But it was in that chamber that he was in. So even if he punched a hole, because he punches his hand through, and then you see magnetic, you don't see the hose go through. So he's actually, if he's filling up anything, it's that little pocket that he's in. So as soon as he ignites it, he's created a fireball.
Yeah,
for
which
where
I
he's
think
at.
is also his scars too.
So you think
Kind
he
of
burned
like
himself?
fire scars. Yeah, I think that was
Okay.
acid scar. You could see his little onesie that he has on under is all burned up too and everything. Like with
I like
Yeah,
the
it's like
idea
bleached.
that
It's almost
badasses
like
don't need
white.
oxygen.
that what?
Other than
He's
that
such a
part,
badass. He only took one
Yeah.
hit from that
No,
oxygen.
it's
Yeah.
one hit. That's all he needed.
other
that
than
was
that
it.
part, I'm buying the rest of it. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
That's all he needed.
Very
though.
well. I'm so glad you're here. That was perfect.
When he's underwater, he
he-
doesn't even need that thing. That's just sends him sense in his dreams. That's all it is. He doesn't need the breathing tube. He grew up on Camino. He should be used to being underwater. Thank
Ernie,
you, Winger Loose.
Winger Lou says that's plausible. I will allow it. Your
you.
Honor.
I
Okay.
think it's thin, but all right. Pretty thin. It's pretty
Thank
thin.
you.
But I get it. We're talking about gigantic space slugs and people being digested in it. So I will submit to that as well. I will give
It's
into that.
plot science, plot physics.
Yes.
Ernie referenced this earlier. In Parks and Rec, a really great TV show that I like, there's an episode where there's some, I don't know,
He's
filibuster that was needed.
Yeah.
Filibuster. Yeah.
Yeah. And Patton Oswalt, if you've seen the uncut version, I think it's like 12 minutes of him just rambling about geeky stuff. Not rambling, because it was coherent. Like, it made sense. It was cool. This was before Disney did any Star Wars stuff, I believe. So he did a filibuster of what he wanted to see, like Marvel and Star Wars kind of blending together in a movie. And in that scene, he describes what we see on screen here. The twin suns looking down on the sands of Tatooine, and then the through this sand, the metal gun. I'm not gonna try to do it. It would ruin it. Go check it out. Go watch the entire filibuster. It's incredible. And they only cut it down to like 30 seconds in the show. But I don't know if they took that as inspiration for how they shot this, or that's like the best way. And he nailed it.
I'm gonna be the nitpicker in this. And
Please
it's
do.
very close. But in his filibustering, he says out of the maw of the Sarlacc. And he did not come out of the maw. That was definitely out of the side through the sand. And he's covering that gunk. So it was close. Like, I'm giving him 98%, yes.
Yeah.
And it's like the Simpsons predicting the future when they play those clips of like the jokes, the satire from the Simpsons from like years ago, and they actually become real. Some of them are bang on, some are close, but we want to believe that they're exact. But with the Patton Oswalt, I'll give him 98% on that.
98. Wow.
I love that.
He didn't say anything about that. He just talked about the maw. If he crawled out of the maw itself, yeah. But he didn't. It was through the sand.
Maybe they had to change it a little bit so they don't have to cut him a check. Hey, man, you took my idea. I said the exact thing.
No.
Yeah,
So
that was
okay, we're
the
gonna
only
change it.
thing missing where they said, "Yeah, we don't know you nothing. It's not word for word."
They don't want
Can
to.
I
They
copy
didn't
your
want to do
homework?
the
Yeah,
beak.
just change it a bit.
They wanted to avoid the beak that was added in for the special edition. For the Sarlacc, right? Like, we got to
that
deal with the
wasn't
beak
there either.
if we do that. So, all right, we're just gonna have him punch out through the sand over to the side.
Adjacent to.
Yeah,
Is
which would have
this
been
a
harder
link?
if you think, because he's got to crawl through all that sand then, instead of out the mouth where you have an opening. Like, he's got to go through all that sand.
Yeah,
Right,
that was
from
total
the-
Kill Bill style.
Yeah,
We do
So-
have the opening here in the background. It looks like there's still a dead tentacle here. The one that blind Han shot while he also took out Boba Fett at the same time. I don't know if anyone remembers that scene. Ernie,
Yeah, not
I
totally
gotta update
all.
that counter 1 second.
Oh, Han, he was blind when he knocked Boba Fett into the side of the sail barge, right? And then into the Sarlacc Pit. That was Han
Yeah.
who did that. He spun around,
Mhm.
took out the most fearsome bounty hunter in the galaxy
Yes.
with an accidental blow to his
Without vision.
fancy jetpack.
By accident, because Boba was busy killing off 20 people at one time.
Ooh,
And
he was
then
trying to fight
didn't
Luke.
see.
and
20
he was
who
like,
people?
Who was he fighting? Wasn't
was
he trying to get Luke?
and everybody else
There's
just
only
turned
3 in
against
that
them.
squad.
Nobody
Yeah.
else was trying to. No one was shooting at Boba Fett though.
Everybody was. It
In
was
his mind,
all-
his
it's all
mind,
the Boba
everyone's
show.
shooting at him.
Yeah,
Boba
I know this said
versus-
chapter 1, but we're like on chapter 27 actually in the Boba story, so they had to change it.
We're at
That's
3
where we're
now.
at. 3, great.
Okay, and as collectors,
Mhm.
I've kind of been thinking about this lately. Every time I watch a new show, I'm like, oh, I want a new action figure. That person would look cool on my shelf. That person will look cool on my shelf. The next shot we have. This is what I look like after trying to make cupcakes or something. It looks like cookie dough, cookie batter, or batter all
Didn't know
over
where that was going.
everywhere.
Okay.
But when I first saw it, I'm like, and I'm sure a lot of people thought the same thing. It's like, man, this is an easy repaint for an action figure right here.
Yeah, they
We
already
have,
did it with Mandalorian.
Muddy Mando.
We
Yeah,
have a Muddy Mando, and now we have a
Sandy Fett.
That's why I stopped collecting Black Series.
Sandy Fett. Yeah, exactly.
Too
But
many
it's
repaints.
Boba Fett, so I still have to buy my 27th Boba Fett repaint.
Right. Or
That I still
accidentally pre-order 6 of them.
Yeah, and I still won't get it until season 3.
Right.
Look what came in. Sandy Fett. Yeah.
Paul, that joke about ordering 6. I mean, should we talk about that now or later?
Yeah, no, let's talk about it. Let's talk about
it. Ernie, I don't know if you ever watched before. Paul has been known to accidentally pre-order multiples of the same toy.
I try and tell my wife the same thing, but it doesn't work out that way.
Oh, sadly, this is actually the truth. I order from different places and forget. And then I'll see it come up and go, oh, I better get one of those. Maybe I'll order 2 just in case.
Yep.
And then I suddenly realize, oh, I've ordered the same figure through 4 different sites. And on one side, I ordered it twice for, I don't know, like 1 to open and 1 to keep mint in box, like an idiot. But recently what happened is, and I haven't told Anna about this yet. She's watching now. Hey, baby. So we're Fennec Shand Hot Toys, right? It's being released. And I've been away from home for a while. Okay. So I've been homesick and a little bit of retail therapy, and I've been looking at different sites. So I just realized, I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to pull the trigger. I'm going to pre-order the Fennec Shand. It looks awesome. I'll do that. I pre-order her. And I go, I'll throw in Bo-Katan as well, because, I was on the fence with the Bo-Katan. Wow. So I put the order in and I realized I've ordered Bo-Katan 3 separate times.
Hot Toys.
From the same company. From different orders. Hot Toys. Yeah. So they're a little expensive. And for whatever reason, it's like the first time I ordered it, I wanted the first wave, which is a little bit more expensive, right? So, and the other 2 times I was like, no, I can wait. And I ordered the second wave. And then I was looking at going, oh shit, I ordered it 3 times.
3.
So I was like, what do I do? So
I mean, twice with the Hot Toys, I would still be like, dang, but 3 times?
So anyways, I thank God it's a pre-order. So I contacted the company. I said, yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. So I got 2 of them canceled. But I ordered, because I ordered with different things. That's how Aaron asks, how do you order the same figure 3 times? There were different points, like weeks in between. And I was busy. And I was doing different things, right? And so I'm just like,
it's so
I love
easy.
that it's the same e-tailer.
I know. It's not
shows that you're loyal.
It's not a $20 cart filler.
Well, you know what it is too, because they had like a 20% off thing, and I was like, oh, I better jump on this 20% off of Hot Toys. That's a significant savings, right? Like that's 20% is pretty good. So you're saving more than tax. So that's why.
Did you make sure they didn't cancel that one? They canceled the one with 20% off. That would have been my first comment out of there.
Yeah, no.
So I want the one with 20% off.
Yeah,
Don't
it was
cancel
the first.
that.
Because I wrote to them and I looked at the orders, like, oh my god, this is so stupid. And so I ordered them right away, because as soon as I ordered it, I looked and went, huh, oh no. So so they canceled the other 2, but yeah, I'm an idiot. I am an idiot.
So Kev, he's not using that spreadsheet you made him, clearly.
Fans of Bad Batch Case of the Mondays might recall that as a parting gift on the series finale, I made a Excel tracker to track purchases for Paul to help reduce this kind of problem. And I said, you should have used the tracker, Paul. To which he replied,
trackers are for losers.
He said, trackers are for losers. At which point I said, enjoy your 3 Bo-Katans.
And then I said, shut up, Kevin.
You're the best, man. I love this. have you decided what you're replacing those two with, or you're just?
Oh
the
no,
stuff-
I'm keeping my head down for the next little bit, just because Anna's
Keep
just
your head
found
down
out
right
about
now.
this, and she's gonna be hearing about this.
And it says, "Thanks. Please send the tracking sheet to me."
Then
Your
we'd
wife
lose
is
out on all
awesome.
these awesome stories. I mean, right?
Yeah, count it as a expense. It's like it's
Right.
material.
It's an
I couldn't
It's-
do
it's-
that because I would always hear, "Hey, that's not on the sheet." Oh, it's not? That's weird. Thought you put it on the sheet. Well,
Anna
Yeah.
messaged me out of the blue because she saw that story about the butter being stolen, the $200,000 of butter, and she's like, "I saw this and I thought of you." I'm like, "You're amazing. This is hilarious."
Wow.
So she's great. Thank you, Anna. So yes, cookie dough, Boba Fett's,
Oh, cookie dough.
probably another repaint. Do you think someone out there at Hasbro is like, you know what? These guys keep talking about it. I'm just gonna put it out anyway.
it was done even before we talked about it.
It'll be a Walgreens exclusive though.
And don't forget to throw in deluxe as well too, because his armor is going to be packed on the side.
That's right.
So because they put his armor on the side, it's going to be $40.
Extra dough for deluxe. Oh, there it is. So he crawls out. Here we go. Back into my awesome segues. And they just show like almost a time lapse of stuff that happens to him as he's laying there. Poor
Wait,
guy.
Is this
He
supposed
gets-
to be dark?
Yes, it's nighttime. It's
Oh,
not my
your
screenshot.
cursor. All I can see is your cursor. Thank you.
It's nighttime.
But you know what? Yoko brings up a great point. I
Huh.
really wish, I know Star Wars doesn't do this,
Uh-oh.
but I wish we would have got some type of time lapse. I want to know how long was he in the Sarlacc for? Like, could we
Mhm.
got, like 3 months after the explosion? And then because my only thing that sucks is I'm always that dude who looks for consistency in a movie, not on purpose, but like we saw that he came out cookie dough fett, sandy fett, whatever it is. And then we go back to this and he's laying upside down and he's totally clean. When they rip off the helmet on him, there's no sand, there's no nothing. It's all nice and
True.
clean. And he's laying on his back. Dude, there is no way anybody
No,
can
they've-
lay on their back with that
Oh,
jetpack.
yeah,
He was.
Yeah.
Like, how did
Well,
you
probably
roll
some
over?
desert creatures came by and ate all
Did
the
it like
cookie dough.
sink in? Maybe.
Yeah, that's what I would think too. Like beach sand, I guess.
Yes.
And it kind of sunk in. But I was just, that kind of weirded me out because we just saw him all dirty and then he was clean. And then it sucks. Not only do you get knocked in by a blind man, but then a Jawa kicked your ass. Like that's
we really have no idea about how much time has passed, right? Like how
Right.
long he was inside the thing to begin with, and
No,
now
I
how
don't
much
think
time has
so.
passed. I mean, I don't think it can be that. It couldn't have been very long, right?
Well, remember, badasses don't need much oxygen,
That's
so
true.
it could have been longer in the pit than an
True.
average human, non-badass.
he
Yeah.
was saving his breath for at least 3 months. Just short.
Could he have been
And
in
that
there
was
for months? Like I'm thinking it had to have
I don't
been
think so.
days at
I don't
most,
know.
right?
I don't know. See, that's one of those you have to get super nerdy and knows how the digestion of the Sarlacc works. Like, did he drop right into the belly? Was he being
that might
dropped
be where I
level by
draw the
level?
line.
Like, I know, but there's somebody out there who actually knows that and is typing right now. These guys are stupid.
It's not you.
How do you not know that? No, it's
No.
not. I'm not. My fake name's not on there right now.
So
I'm
we're,
like,
we're,
oh, I want to say it so bad.
so we're talking. We're discussing. Sorry, I went to the bathroom. We're it's all that laughing. We were discussing how long he was in there for,
Yeah.
basically. Well,
If we get a sense of how long.
I would garner like a few days at minimal, just because the wreckage. If you look at the sail barge,
It's gone,
right?
right?
It's the fires are out.
Yeah.
Yes.
It looks like
Nice.
it's been stripped. I mean, the Jawas, like they seem to keep coming. Like they would have been there right away and stripped it of anything useful, right? And
Okay.
but they come back, they loop around just in case. So like most of it's been picked clean, I think. So it's been there. I don't think it could have been weeks because he would have been dead for sure. Like there's no way he, like with that kind of oxygen deprivation, he would be brain damaged at the very least. Right. Yes, I know badasses don't need oxygen,
Let's all
but
remember that.
badasses can die too. And I think that's the thing. And like with the level of, if you look at the paint, like how much of it got eaten away by the acid or the stomach acid. So he's been in there for a while, and yes, it does take 1,000 years for them to digest. But I wouldn't think it would be months. I'm guessing it would be a few days. Otherwise, he would totally be dead, and his clothes would have been gone for sure.
Yeah.
Right, like
Yeah,
completely
cloth parts.
melted off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he does have most of his pajamas intact as he's raided by these Jawas.
it's a flight
And
suit.
if you pajamas, space pajama,
Flight suit.
flight suit. We're just continuing with the Fett slander. But if
I thought it was
you
long
recall-
underwear. Yeah.
Yeah, thermals. Like,
Thermals,
they're
yeah.
just Canadian pajamas. They're thermals.
See, and I think Boba Fett is hood. It's either made by Dickies or Ben Davis. I'm sure we just don't see the label, but it's definitely there.
It's canon.
I only know Dickies,
Yeah,
my
see,
brand.
that's true. Sorry.
All right. So these Jawas are the ones you see in Mandalorian, where they're the ones who also rescue Cobb Vanth. And they're the ones, I'm assuming they're still the ones who have Boba Fett's armor. It'd be crazy to think another set of Jawas got it in between, but you would make the assumption these are the ones that he got Boba Fett's armor from. They take everything. They take his jetpack, backpack, they whack him in the face, gauntlet, everything, and just leave him there in the sand until he's discovered by some Tusken raiders. I thought this was an epic scene when they're just three silhouettes walking up and the sand's blowing everywhere. But you see there's slight variations to their costumes compared to ones you see in A New Hope. And another thought is easy repaints. Add some dark cloths on there on the front. But they're pretty cool though.
It's a repaint I would buy. And I got to ask you, Paul, in your background of knowing lots of this costume stuff and everything, have you ever seen the black one, or was this new to you?
No, this is new.
This is new to
This
the
is
story.
new.
That's what we kind of figured too. But I was like, man, I definitely got to ask Paul that because I had never seen it before, and I thought it was cool. It's real shaman-like looking, like a voodoo guy.
Yeah. Especially with the cowl over its head. Like you usually didn't see, like they don't have the cowl now, but later on in the actual camp, it's got the cowl. The raider has a cowl over its head, or their head, and it really. I like the color palette that they use too, like the darker, sort of almost a dark maroon, deep, rich color instead of just the regular tan that fades into the desert and the browns. They really sort of distinguish themselves from the other Tusken Raiders that have been sort of depicted in earlier iterations of Star Wars. This is that dog, the creature that they had though. The one thing about that though, the creature design, it really reminded me of the dogs that they used in Predators. That movie where they had the same sort of quadruped with the spikes coming out of it. Like if you look at it'd be interesting to do a side-by-side screenshot of the two because they're very, very similar. In terms of just the overall aesthetic of it. So, and I think that's they used those sort of the idea of hounds in episode 3, right?
Well, yeah,
When
it was
Anakin
in there.
goes and slaughters them.
That was the first one.
They've got
Yeah.
those dogs, and then so when he
That's
slaughters
when we
that
first
entire
saw them.
village.
Yeah, even the children and the women. He didn't care.
Yeah.
Stop.
Sorry, I had to finish it. I see it set up, and I'm like, yeah. I hear the music in the background and everything.
Interesting comment.
And then you remember
From Matt?
Padme looking at him saying, "Oh my God, you're so hot. Tell me you killed him again." I didn't understand that part, but she was. She was like, so, like nothing. Like, you did what? It's like, oh, come here, hold me.
I know,
It's
right?
like, okay,
I feel like you're
yeah,
a murderer.
right, yeah. No way would you look at your significant other and think that, oh, okay, let me hold you.
I'm waiting for Anna to say something in the chat after that. But Matt says, okay, so Cobb Vanth got the armor about a week after he got away. For the Jawas to get the armor and find him Boba couldn't have been inside more than a few days. That seem right? Possibly.
I don't know that timeline. I didn't know that the Cobb thing was a week away. I didn't know there was a time. See what you did there. I don't know if we have. Is that true? Is that canon? Is that a canon timeline?
Well, in
Need,
the first episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian,
Right?
Cobb Vanth talks about how as soon as it's announced that the Empire has been overthrown,
Yeah.
the Miners Guild moves in and enslaves the whole town, and
Right.
he runs off, and he wanders around the desert for like a day or two before he like totally craps out. The Jawas pick him up. He's got that Camtono that he stole from the mining guys, and in exchange he gets the armor. Now he gets the armor, then, but it he goes back to Mos Pelgos and he cleans up the town, and the town has been like that for
Right.
I don't know how long, right? So there is that yes, he does get the armor like from the Jawas, and the Jawas got it from Boba Fett, but that doesn't really give a definitive sort of timeline for how long Boba Fett was inside the Sarlacc for and how long he was out. We do know he's been chasing after that armor for a while. And we do know because when we first see Boba Fett, he's got the Tusken Raider.
Tusken.
Yeah, he's got the cowl, and he's got the gaffy sticks with them. So I don't know. It depends on how long Cobb Vanth has had the armor for.
And then he tells stories of we fought these guys before, we've been back and forth.
Yeah.
So
Right.
that's a hard timeline.
We will wait to see more. The Tuskens wake up Boba Fett with this worm slug
Yeah, it's so gross.
guts juice.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking about the maggot crawling out of him. It's like the first thing my eye saw in this
Yeah,
shot, and I was
same.
like, what? Yeah,
The maggot crawling out of him?
yes,
And
like
so in the
pointing at
picture, it's
it.
on the right hand side. Yeah.
yeah,
This?
Yes.
yeah.
I didn't even notice. I never noticed that.
Oh my gosh, no.
It crawls out of him, eh?
It's
We
wiggling,
talked about it
too.
at length at midnight.
Oh, is it
30.
wiggling?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It moved. It was gross.
Yeah.
No.
I think I was
saw the
really
same thing.
focused on what they were squeezing into his mouth.
No.
Same thing, I guess, just older. I didn't know what that was either. For real.
He
'cause
looked
that's
like
pretty
Uncle
gross.
Fester.
No, that's not Uncle Fester. Who wrote that? Oh, I thought that was Cheney. Because that's all they keep calling him to me is Uncle Fetster.
Oh,
They're all,
nice.
Ernie's Boba Fett show. Look at Uncle Fetster over there.
It was gross.
They rescue Boba Fett, only to bring him back to camp. They have him walking behind until they eventually drag him. And I thought this was another cool scene of just showing more of that. Tusken or Sand people ride in single file. Yeah, shout out to the Midnight 30 crew, M30.
Oh my gosh.
You know what sucks?
And then
I
you
don't know
get hit
about
with-
you. I don't know
Go
about
ahead.
you guys, but like because I'm so hyped for it and all the previews that we saw, dude, just for some strange reason, I thought and the shot that Paul was talking about of seeing him there with the Tusken stuff on, I thought they saved him. I had no clue that they were gonna enslave him and drag him behind like that. In my head, I already thought, okay, so he goes and he lives with the Sand people. Okay, all right. And then as he's dragging him behind, I'm like, oh well, man, that took a turn for the worst.
But they still
had-
might. I mean, I think they still will. They showed that
Yeah.
Yes.
by the end of this episode. We'll get to
Yes.
it because I don't want to
Yeah,
jump the gun.
exactly. But like I'm saying, preview wise,
Right.
that's what was going on in my head. Was like, all right, they're gonna save him. He's gonna learn their ways and everything. I had no idea all that took place. I was like, man, that sucks. Just getting dragged behind.
Oh yeah, guys! Spoiler warning for episode 1. Okay, cool.
And then Cad Bane. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Fuck.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
One
I
time,
was like,
Yoko.
if we say we're gonna break it down, how are you not gonna spoil it?
You never know. It's
So
the
remember when that
internet.
one dude did that one thing? That was crazy. End episode, roll credits. All right.
Man, just gotta cover my ass.
I know.
An hour into the stream.
You didn't need to point that out, Paul. Thank you. I'm so glad we're back. I love it. I miss this. Absolutely. There's Boba Fett. Feels like I can really relate to that. Having everyone beat down on me. This kind of like
Oh.
this stream right now.
In his,
Really?
in his long underwear.
Yeah, you want to go back to the fall-in count, or maybe we should call the stream Fall-In Fett. Maybe we should.
I forgot to let them know. I really
Right.
was gonna name this the Fall In Fett, but I thought only like me, you, and Cheney would get it, and everyone
This
else
is
would be
not
like,
you. This is me being a Boba Fett supporter for so many years. This is exactly what it felt like. Look at there's everybody right there. There's Yoko standing in the back with all her tweets. There's Paul trying to explain this guy sucks for 6 minutes. There's Kevin right there. Hit him again. And there's me just trying
No,
to
this is
cover
Paul.
up.
Paul's this guy right here.
That's what I'm
who's
saying.
watching
Hit
and
him.
he's like, good.
Yeah. Hit him again. 6 minutes. Hit him 6 times. Yeah.
That's
That's
what you
me
get.
right there. You don't
That's what you
understand.
get.
Boba's the best.
Welcome
Yeah.
to the show, Ernie.
And there's Yoko. Hit him again. I need to put it up on my stream.
I need to clip it.
Yeah. And there's Kev. Don't forget, pour butter on him. Make sure it's boiling hot. Look at it.
Scalding hot butter.
Yeah.
I have a
Thanks,
lot.
guys. Thanks.
Do we have any idea where this Rodian came from, or he's just there? No idea, right?
He wakes up and he's suddenly there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, he's kind of a jerk.
He is a jerk. For being
Because they're trying to
another
escape.
somebody who got trapped and you're gonna act like a dick? Like
Yeah.
for reals.
He's a real
They're
dummy.
going to
Yeah.
enslave you. Like, you should go.
Well, I think
He's like,
I
hey, this
think
guy's trying to escape.
it just speaks to the fact that the Rodian has been totally broken. The fact that he's so scared of any sort of reprisal or any attempt. Like he's completely that is a completely broken individual who is so scared of any sort of disobedience, and that's why he squeals.
By them,
right.
by the Tusken Raiders, or in
Yeah.
general?
Yeah, no,
It doesn't seem like he's been there that
long.
long, does it?
Yeah.
No, but
Did you
I
get
mean
that
enough
impression?
to be like completely, or the character's completely spineless.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think it's one of those things where this Rodian thinks, hey, let's just do what they tell us to do. We'll serve the rest of our rotten lives in slavery, but we'll be alive. I think that's exactly what the road. And I don't know if it's a character's trait, like a species trait for that, for that start, like all Rodians have no spines or whatever. But, the Rodians that we've seen so far haven't been stalwart examples of like, character. You got poor Greedo, and now you have this Rodian, basically.
Who snitched on Han.
Rodian. What's that?
Who snitched on Han.
There you go. So
So
that's a characteristic for the species. Rodians like to squeal.
you had the was that baby Greedo in episode 1 who turned in Kitster? So he was
Yes.
already see?
There's that joke that said, Greedo, you better watch. It was in a deleted scene
Yeah.
where it's like, Greedo,
Right.
you better watch your ways, or otherwise.
We cut out of the flashback. She's like, wake up. And we get the first look at the badass, Fennec Shan. Look at this shot. She's awesome.
She's amazing.
She is amazing. Yoko, please. How did you feel when you first...
Like about time, man. For a show called The Book of Fennec Shand, it took a really long time to see her.
Oh, yo. Okay.
I just wanted to read this real quick from earlier. Alexander says, thank you for making cool shows like this happen. I'm happy to support the channel. The female Tusken warrior is played by the stunt woman from Wonder Woman. Awesome. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. All right.
And
so we have...
the Rodian's voice was Sam Witwer, the one who does Maul.
Right.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
That's fun.
That guy's cool.
I love later on with the Rodian and they're digging and Boba Fett's trying to talk to him. He's like, hey, man, that wasn't cool, snitching on me like that. And then, he just ignores him. And then until he finally replies. And then Boba, he's so sassy. He goes, oh, that you understand. That part cracked me up.
Yeah.
But Fennec says, hey, it's time to go. It's time to do crime lord things. So the spa session is over.
Mhm.
And this is the part where he the iconic donning of the armor, you know? Like all the good cartoon intros in the beginning, people putting on their suit. Ernie, how did you feel at this point? This is what I wanted to know.
It was awesome. It was, oh man, this shot was epic. I love the opening of it too, and not until I saw the artwork at the end did I catch how all of the armor was placed on like that mantle type of thing with it all put together and everything. It's off to the left hand side. Like when he's putting on the boot, you can see the jetpack is in the background of it, and then the artwork shows it. And when we get our first shot, you can see it on the left. It's a cool setup. It reminded me of the setup on Solo, how the red one was hanging there in the area where he had all that Drayden Voss's red Mando setup was like that. It was sitting there like that. So I was like, dude, that's cool.
Isn't it funny that the blind guy who knocked Boba Fett into the pit got his own movie, like a full feature film?
Just wait for it, man. It will go. All right. This goes from chapters to movies to everything. He's even going to get his
book form.
He's going to get his own cartoon too.
All right. So we finally get into the current timeline.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing mob boss stuff. People in the area coming to see the new boss. They're bringing their tribute. I like the dynamic between Boba Fett and Fennec Shand. She's kind of like the badass, and he kind of acts like he doesn't want to be there. Guys, I gotta do this. I don't know. This guy's saying we need
oxygen.
Yeah. He's like, we need a protocol droid. I don't know what this guy's saying. And she's like, when they walk around town, she's kind of the pro. She's like, you know, Jabba would have done this. People feared the Hutts and everything. So it's a cool partnership there. I really dig that. And we're back in Jabba's palace. We saw him on the dais, the big chair at the end of Mandalorian. We still have the pit, the throne. And we have the Trandoshan, who comes in and offers a Wookiee pelt.
Yeah, poor
which
Lumpy.
I thought was pretty gnarly. Sorry, go ahead, Ernie.
I said poor Lumpy. You know that's Chewbacca's son. That has to be. That's what I think. That's who that is right there. That's why it was turned in as a offering.
What's up, DK? And I like the part when he's like, I hope you never leave, Mos Espa. And he's like, oh, you never know with the Trandoshan. When they pay you a compliment, it still sounds like a threat. It's kind of like, Yoko is my Trandoshan, because I can never tell, even with her compliments, it sounds like an insult. That was the first thing I thought of at that point.
Oh.
You're like, oh, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best thing anyone's ever said. Until finally we have oh wait, before we get to that point, did you guys notice he was calling him the daimyo?
Mm-hmm.
Which, as a study of Japanese culture, and by that I mean that was the word that they used in Ninja Turtles 3. The turtles went back in time and they had to fight the daimyo. So I'm like, hey, this is did that take you out of the scene, like using a word like that, like from, I don't know, that was just me. Anyone else catch that?
I thought it was cool. I don't know what it means. I mean, I know what the word means. I don't know what it means that they chose to use that word here, right? Like, but I think that'll be interesting. But I think
they're like different regions.
Will serve someone else.
But they use,
if I understand correctly.
They use the terms magistrate, and they use the term. I mean, they're honorific titles. We've seen, like they said, he's a major domo of the mayor. I mean, they use these titles that are in, so it doesn't really pull me out of it. It's just these are like, the series is in English. They're using English words that are being used for titles and honorifics and official statuses and stuff like that. It doesn't. You know, the president of the miners
English word. Daimyo is Japanese.
Yeah, no, but it's in usage in English, in the English language, right? They'll use that in, like, it's not common, but I've heard it referred to in English language too, right? So, I mean, magistrate, same thing. It's just they don't use that very often. It's the etymology of those words, you know, aren't necessarily Western in origin, but they're in common usage. So it doesn't really pull me out of that. You know, they refer to Ahsoka Tano's lightsabers. The one is the shoto, the shorter one, right? That's definitely a Japanese term, but no, you know, nobody blinks an eye at that. So it's one of those things where we know how much influence Japanese culture had on George Lucas when he was doing Star Wars. I mean, he wanted to play Obi-Wan originally, Toshiro Mifune, right? So that's how much into that he was, and you cannot deny any of those influences, even from the costuming that they used for that episode, with the Ahsoka Tano in it, with the magistrate,
Right.
Morgan Elsbeth's character, like they all like that's so like from the village design to what people wore, that was so taken from the Japanese culture. It doesn't I don't know, it just kind of fits for me, so it doesn't pull me out. If anything, it's just more of a reinforcement of the influences that the Japanese culture has.
It is the first time that they kind of use that in Star Wars. Well, I don't have it. Has anyone else heard that in this world?
I think it just came a lot from Lucas. I mean, he kind of used that in old spaghetti westerns to use from the beginning. So hearing it, everything that Paul said, I don't feel like it takes away from anything. Actually, I think on the next shot, that's actually what pulled me away from it. With
The next dude? All right.
Yeah, the mayor's guy showing up. It was a little bit. It was the talk was a little bit too of now. That actually pulled me out of it. I kind of don't like that in Star Wars when it happens. Like how he makes the little jokes. Oh, by the way, and I don't know. I would like more. Yeah, I would like maybe even more alien language showing up or subtitles or something, because when he's so kind of in a conversation we would have right now. Oh, okay, but by the way, it just seems that pulls me out a little bit more. That to me brings it out of the now. So it's kind of the opposite of what you said. The other doesn't. That is like Star Warsy to me, and him going into this conversation kind of pulled me out. It's too of a now. That sometimes I don't like that.
Yeah, I hear you. But this guy showed up instead of the mayor, and it seems there was some confusion. Both were expecting a tribute from each other. Boba Fett's like, what are you going to give me? The guy's like, well, I'm here. What are you going to give me? And there's a little bit of misunderstanding there. I think it's kind of setting up what's going to happen in this series. And it's kind of cool. I didn't get that part. He kind of turned around. He's like, oh, by the way, like Ernie said, BT dubs. You're going to get... I wouldn't be surprised if you saw another party, another delegation or something soon.
The whole thing was
steps off the grill.
Yeah.
Well,
the thing is,
anything.
I don't think there was any misunderstanding at all. I think it's a shot across each other's bow. It's a big dick contest, basically, right? Like who's going to flex the most? And it's like, oh, you expect us to pay tribute to you? No. You're paying tribute to us. And it's like this whole. It's definitely setting up a showdown. I'm curious to see who the mayor is and what the system is like for all this stuff. Like, what was the dynamic between Bib Fortuna and the mayor, right? Like who? Because for the mayor to suddenly start acting this way, it makes me think that the mayor, whoever the mayor is, had an agreement with Bib Fortuna saying that no, you're allowed to be a bit of a puppet here, but really I'm the one pulling the strings. Yeah. And when Fett takes over, it's sort of like, okay, we got to teach this new guy the ropes, and try to throw him off. And it like they strike really quickly. But obviously, there's a distinct lack of respect for whatever Fett has taken over, in terms of whatever Bib Fortuna has been able to maintain. And I think that's the thing. We don't know exactly what the reach is. Is it the same as what Jabba the Hutt had? Has it shrunk? Has it been fractured? We don't really know what that little slice of the pie is for Fett right now. And obviously there's a challenger there. So I'm really curious about that.
Did he call Boba Fett the daimyo? Or who said that? Who
It
called
was
him
the
a
you.
daimyo?
It was the Trandoshan.
Mm.
Yeah,
He
and the
called
daimyo has to
himself.
pick up to somebody.
What did he call himself? Gosh dang it, he's the something after the mayor. That was what
the
they were
major
his
domo.
Assistant to
yeah, the
regional
major
mayor.
domo. There you
Yeah.
go. I'm the major domo of the mayor.
What is that? What does that title even mean?
Major
Maybe.
domo. I did not know, but that was his
Is that a
title.
thing?
Yeah, it is. It's the thing. I played a major domo in the theater piece in a play. That was like my position. It's basically somebody who is who like makes arrangements or does the dirty work for like the head of whatever, for in this case the mayor. So the major domo the mayor does, he's like the head sort of like concierge or servant or whatever, right? He goes and he acts on behalf of the owner and does all that stuff. So
What is the? I'm gonna have to look up the origins of that word. Do you happen to know, or that title? Is it just English?
no, here, let me look this up.
I just keep thinking of Domo, this Japanese character.
No, it's Spanish. Mayordomo, or obsolete Italian mayordomo. It's also
Oh,
found
that's
in
why
French.
Plasty knows, because it's Spanish.
Yeah.
Mayordomo.
Plasty said butler.
There you go. Yeah, no,
So
that's more European.
Tommy
That's
K.
Western.
Major
That's
Domo
more-
is the chief steward of a large household. Cool.
Yeah. So this is Mr. Belvedere.
That's Mayo. Ernie is the Mayo Domo. He's a master of mayonnaise.
Yes, I am.
Well, it just made me wonder because a daimyo still serves a shogun.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I was thinking if he's the one that's calling. It just made me think if he was the one that was referring to Boba Fett as a daimyo, it's the mayor, the shogun actually. But I don't know. I feel like there's still somebody else there. Maybe Boba Fett doesn't realize that yet.
Yeah, Boba still has a boss.
Yeah.
Who's he kicking up money to?
Yeah.
But Yoko's right though. Fennec is a badass, and I love how she was explaining all this to him all the time, like right there. So, do you want me to kill him? No,
Yeah,
I can't kill him.
Can I kill him?
She
can't.
knows all the basis of everything, and that is awesome.
Yeah, I love having her there as his like number one.
Yeah.
And we also see these two topless Gamorreans who have been pardoned. He's Boba Fett intends to rule with respect. So he's like, you were loyal to your previous masters, or are you going to be loyal to me too?
They're slightly
like,
less chunky now, aren't they? Than they were.
Yeah.
Are they the same ones?
No, Return of the Jedi. They were huge, like
Yeah.
big sort of like they were so big they had the waddle, and now they're more like they're just like shit brick houses, right? Like they're just
Yeah, they were
These
even
look
different
like
in
the same
Mandalorian.
build as in Mando, the boxing ring or the Fight Club one.
they
Not
actually
such
look
legs though.
bigger.
Yeah, these ones are bigger.
Yeah, the ones in the ring were like they were just thinner and just
Yeah.
for the stunt work and stuff. They looked skinnier, but these ones look more like strongest man in the world sort of competitors. Where they're not.
Yeah.
What
like,
are they
completely
considered?
cut, but
Jabba's
they-
Chippendales, says Mike.
I think so.
So they end up recruiting them as personal bodyguards. They stroll through the streets. You have these very like modern day, like in our
Yeah.
world, futuristic robots.
Hey, Kev,
It look like yeah.
real quick, you left out 88, man. That was awesome seeing 88 in there. I just wanted to mention that.
Oh, your boy, the
Yeah. That was awesome that he was the one there to like translate, because they didn't, when he even mentioned that they need a protocol droid. That was cool, but they had 88 there because he was the same one who was torturing everyone. And so I thought that was awesome when he says, shouldn't he be tortured?
It's not the same one. It's a different droid. It is a different droid.
It
Like,
is.
same model, but I read somewhere that it's not the same droid from that was torturing the other droids.
When you put on the captions, it says 88.
I don't know. I read
Oh, does
somewhere
it?
that it was a different droid.
Really?
Yeah. But I could
I
be
like those in the
mistaken where I read
captions.
it from, but that's Favreau does that a lot too. Like when
Yeah.
I remember because when I was on set, I was like, he had the bartender droid, and I was like, oh, that's the same kind of droid. He's like, yeah, no, same model, but it's a different droid. Like they like doing that every once in a while, and then they'll throw in a curveball and like have R5D4 show up.
That's what I was gonna say when he had R5 show up.
So
Yeah,
it's like, yeah,
that was great.
okay. So I think you may be I may be incorrect in terms of like when from what I was reading, but I read somewhere that it was not the same droid that was doing it. So
Oh, I want to find that out.
Maybe it's like a Vision / the ship of Theseus thing or whatever, where like you've replaced all the parts. Is it still the original Vision? But now if you make a new Vision with all the new parts, is that a Vision? So is that the same droid? Or is Kevin just being ridiculous?
so the droid that was shown in the screenshot where he was saying we need should we torture them? That was a droid that was like trying to lift the thing and broke down and the hip and the arm broke off, right?
No, 88 is
droid that was...
88 is the droid who was torturing the Gonk droid.
Okay.
Wasn't the Gonk droid upside
there?
down? And then
Yeah,
they were,
they were
like,
pressing
burning
the-
and
his
he
feet?
was heating, and you hear the Gonk blade scream. No,
Right.
no. That's 88.
I thought that was the droid. What was the droid that was breaking down under the weight of something? There was a shot of another droid like sort of struggling. I thought that was 88.
Yeah. The only other one was EV-99.
Okay.
And he was the one that talked and sent R2 to the sail barge.
Yeah, the one with the voices. Oh,
Yes.
you have an attitude, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's EV-99 because I always love that droid because those are my initials were EV, and I'm like, oh yes, I have a droid. So
That's the one that Favreau was referring to because they were doing that bartend that scene in the cantina, and there's a droid. And it's the same droid from Jabba's palace. He's like, no, it's not. It's the same model, but it's a different.
I said the same thing, and it's just because of that.
Yeah.
So you may be right, but the only thing, Paul, is because when you turn on captions, it says 88.
There you go.
So I don't know, but we do. I'll check it out.
No, I would imagine you're right. I mean, again, it's one of those things where.
Well, I can guarantee you, Paul, somebody will definitely correct us.
Yeah.
Because they will not allow it. Once again, who are these guys? Yeah.
They need to make an official statement.
Right.
There you go. And August Photo said, sorry, they just that droid, they were tearing it apart. He wasn't trying to lift something up. They were actually pulling it apart. So
yeah, they were torturing again.
Yeah.
And see, you would even still say, somebody would still come at Paul and be like, I know you said on set, but that was EV-99. Like, they would still correct you. No, he's wrong.
And I'll just go, it's like, hey, man, that's all. That's what Jon Favreau told me. I don't know. What does he know?
That guy doesn't know. Yeah. So. He doesn't know. That was
Paul's
was
like,
99.
Jon Favreau personally told me.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's funny because just as a side note, it's like saying when I was in band camp, when I was on set and I got a tour of the costuming department in season 1, they showed all the many costumes that they had, and they had a lot of stuff that was sort of grandfathered down from Rogue One and all the different movies from Solo and this and that. And I remember I was on a Facebook group and it was doing the Rebel Fleet Troopers outfits and like what color were the BDU pants? What color were they? That's the biggest argument always is like what was the actual color of the undersuit? And it went from like a dark gray to a lighter blue. The spectrum arguments over this or that, and everybody was trying to find out the definitive color for it. They had screen caps. People were talking about the temperature of lighting conditions and how colors change, blah, blah, blah. And I went in there and I saw, and there was a whole rack of pants, all the same style. And they went from dark gray, every shade, to like a light blue. So the answer was all of them. You're all right. Those all were the colors because they had to dress so many background performers in it. They didn't care. It's like if it was the same cut, that was it. Like that's all they needed, and it ran that spectrum. But I knew even if I'd taken a picture and posted it and said you're all right, somebody would have argued against me and said, no, you're wrong. You don't know what you saw because obviously in this scene it was this and this and this, and I know because I've spent 15 hours poring over the science of why these pants should be this color. So that made me chuckle because it's like a lot of times. That's one of the lovely things about fandom but it's also one of the most like, you know, you blink and go, wow. Okay, are we really arguing this point about fandom? Because you get to that point of obsessive detail. So that's my
That's
two
the best
cents.
part. Cheney says, "What color was Han's Hoth jacket?"
Brown. It was brown. Don't
All
look
right.
up.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's another one. The toy comes out with 2 different colors.
Yeah.
And then Ernie has to buy them all because
And then
different color jackets.
now with snow on the shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
those
Now with cookie dough.
those mechanical, those robots are from Boston Dynamics.
hmm
Right? They actually have, if you watch any of their videos, I mean, those are actual field. I don't know if they CGI those in, but like the chassis, the legs, the way they move, they've just, again, like what Star Wars does best is they take real world things and then they'll mash them up, they'll kit bash them and put different things on them. But those are definitely based off of Boston Dynamics if they're not the actual things. It'll be great to see
looks
the
like it,
Star
yeah.
Wars gallery.
Oh, Aaron S has a question about where you got your hat. You have a quick shout out.
It's beautiful.
This hat? Oh, well,
Yeah.
this hat.
Oh, this little thing?
This thing was actually
Look
sent
at
to me
that.
by Columbia. I
Yeah.
got a
Is-
nice package, including this T-shirt, this lovely Boba Fett T-shirt, and the Boba Fett inspired three-piece ski jacket that is upstairs and quite comfy. Columbia Sportswear every couple of years or so they do releases that are Star Wars inspired. And this year was Boba Fett, and so I was lucky enough for them, their publicity department sent me some stuff. So this hat is, I thought, was so fitting to wear for today's live stream.
Did it come with long
Perfect, there you
underwear?
go.
No, it didn't. It did not come with long underwear.
The year
But
of the
it's
Fett,
a comfy
Ernie.
hat.
I know there's Fed everything out there. Tell me about it. I'm loaded up with stuff right now too that I'm already in
use a
so
Boba
much
Fett
trouble
hat.
for. Yeah, I love that hat. That hat is awesome.
Oh, so we cut to they're making their rounds. They hit a local, seems like a casino bar,
Mhm.
gambling spot, and who do we see inside playing a modern, what'd you call it, remix of the classic?
Mm-hmm. Adorable.
Lo-fi, was it a lo-fi remix? So you can do homework, work and listen to it in the background.
Mm-hmm.
Ernie is Boba Fett green with jealous rage. So that's Columbia. All right. Was the blue guy on Jabba's sail barge? I recall him.
Blue guy, that's Max Rebo.
Yeah, Max on the sail barge.
Max Rebo and his band, but basically he's the only one that survived. And I hope that's figuring Dan right there.
Mm-hmm.
He survived. Some Jawas rescued him. Anyway, that was cool to see.
Very cool.
They're
It was,
in
yeah,
this
like
place.
you said, the cool part was the rendition of the same song. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of miss some stuff here, I think.
Mhm.
But he's basically going around town, be like, "Hey, I'm the new boss that you have to pay." And I forget what the lady's name was, and who played her.
Jennifer Beals.
Jennifer
Jennifer
Beals,
Beals.
baby.
Yeah, she's a
Yes.
maniac. You're welcome.
But
I'm just here to help you again.
I was hoping to get very
Well done.
like mob movie vibes from this, because he's like a crime world underworld boss. But I didn't really get that vibe in this episode. But it was cool that they gave him back his helmet, and both me and my fiance were like, "Why would you put it in my helmet? I have to put my face in there. Like you can't. Like, why are there coins in here?"
This is what I'm going to say this right now. There are a number of costuming groups that are busily going over the interior of the helmet now, because you can see the foam,
Changing
the padding.
everything.
It's different because if you have, like, I've got the Black Series Boba Fett helmet from Hasbro. Yeah, and if you look on the inside, there are all these they're sketching. There you go. Check it out.
Hold on, Ernie.
It's very
Let me shine a light.
Is
in
that
here.
different, Ernie?
Yeah,
Yeah, it is from what they showed.
there you go. See,
Oh, then that's trash now. You got to throw that out. It's inaccurate.
Thanks.
so you
What
got
is
the
this
re-release
bootleg?
happening
This is
now.
the Wish version of the Boba Fett helmet.
Yeah, you know
So-
how I order my stuff. I had to wait for a coupon. This was the clearance version. See, look at definitely not the same that they're showing there. And like Paul said, so now all these Mandalorian mercs and everybody's freaking out.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, that's not the same. Mine doesn't have the coin inside either. It didn't come with that. That's another
Got no
Hasbro.
coin.
Coin.
Again, that's another Hasbro release.
Yeah.
Put all the
The broke Fett.
Rebel. Yeah.
Autumn's Toy says, better spend those Republic credits soon.
Yeah.
They may not be good when the First Order takes over.
Yeah, they got another 20 years or so. But it really is interesting how it is all New Republic credits in there as well.
Right.
But I think that's a pretty gangster thing. You know, it's a whole, hey, do you want your helmets cleaned? Here you go. And it's like filled with like
Yeah.
credits.
Instead, they make it dirtier.
Yeah. That
I
was
guess
great
it's
though
okay.
too. You want us to wash down your Gamorrean guards?
And feed them?
Yeah.
Did you want me to wash down your Gamorreans and feed them?
That was great. The nod
I
that I
guess
loved
it's kind of like that. Sorry, go ahead.
the nod that I loved inside there, dude, was seeing Rex, the original pilot from Star Tours, who they use now in the Cantina bar as the DJ.
Mhm.
Oh,
That droid, he was the
Was that actually Rex?
not
It's
Rex.
the same
Rex,
model.
No, it's
Yeah,
the same
yeah.
model, right?
Yeah.
He was the.
He's got a
one-
little
was
green
Were they playing
visor.
Sabacc?
I didn't want you to get well actually. So
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's just the R3X model. So, yeah,
DJ Fred.
yeah.
DJ Fred.
I would have
Fred's
loved
great.
for them.
Yeah.
I
And
would
Fred
have loved to
Nudo,
hear
the
Pee
same
Wee's
energy.
voice, Cheney.
Outside of this joint, they're leaving and they get ambushed by these ninja-like people with these shields.
parkour.
And oh, we're gonna
Parkour.
we're gonna get to parkour.
That's
I could
all I
watch
was
that
saying.
scene and say that the whole time.
That's
Everybody.
it. Yeah, that's all I could say. with those
I got
dudes
kicked
running.
out of Disney last night because I went through Batu trying to do that on everything. I come to the stairs, I'm all parkour, and I'm just like, I was fennec bounding. Leave me alone, but they still escorted me.
And then
out.
they're like,
It's all right.
spoilers.
Yeah, they still escorted me out though, but I'm like, oh, I'll do it again. That was great.
There was one part where the two guys had to just kind of step over this ledge, and then they bounced to the left and then bounced to the right. I'm like, walk over this. You're
Why
just
didn't you walk
straight
down the
jump over.
middle? Yeah. Instead,
But
they
yeah, Office fans really enjoyed that scene.
Gladiator. Yeah, that was cool. Hey, you know what? Before you start breaking the scene down, this was my only other gripe this whole episode. And I hope that they take it out like they took out the Levi's guy. When they walk out of the place, the two Gamorreans are with them
Mhm.
behind them. Literally, when they walked out,
Oh.
they walk out the door, they come around the pillars, and they're walking with them. Then the Gamorreans disappear, and then these guys show up. So it's like, where did the Gamorreans go? It wasn't consistent. Then
Right.
they showed up and saved the day. So it's kind of like they need to go back and take them out. I mean, because they were right behind them. They're walking. You get the whole spiel, and then they get attacked and go to this scene. The Gamorreans see the Elote man at the corner, or what? They had to go get their corn and mayo. I don't know. Like,
They stopped to tie their shoe, I think.
was that what
Yeah.
it was?
Yeah. All four of them. Yeah.
I don't know.
I like
Yeah.
that reasoning, Ernie. That headcanon from you. Thank you.
Something. They had to stop and go somewhere else because they were right behind them, and then they were gone. I don't
Well,
know.
they have
Unless they
to,
saw them
save the day.
fighting and they forgot their swords or something back in the casino or whatever. It was like, oh crap, he's getting beat down.
Hmm.
I don't know. They need to fix that.
Yeah, they went back. They're like, you know what? I think I will take that free bath and meal. Like Lorenzo said, they changed their mind. You know
Yeah,
what?
so
I think
they're
I-
getting hosed down. Okay.
new
I'll take
boss.
that
You know,
then.
may as well take advantage of everything that's being
All right.
offered.
I'll take it.
So the two of them get surrounded by these hired, I don't know, assassins, guards. And for me, I think Fennec Shand stole this fight scene. She was ruthless. Boba Fett, is it just because of the age of the character or something? But it wasn't as impactful. I don't know, the moves for me. How did you guys feel about the fight scene?
You know what? I was actually kind of surprised at how weak he seemed in this scene, and I think they need to
Mhm.
find that level of ferocity for Boba Fett and be consistent with it.
Mhm.
Because in that episode of The Mandalorian, he took down like two squadrons,
Yeah,
two squads of,
Stormtrooper.
of stormtroopers single-handedly, and was vicious. And that was like the whole like, okay, he was scary as fuck doing that. This, it just seemed like, he got his shots in, but he also got licked pretty hard there too, like to the
Yeah.
point where he was like at the end, he was saying to the Gamorreans, "Get me back to the tube." And it was just like, wow. So like, where is he at in terms of this journey of where his strength is and where he's going? Like maybe he was that ferocious in that fight against the stormtroopers because he finally got his armor back. And so he's like absolutely pumped and he's ready and he just like goes berserk with that. But for this, he seems so vulnerable and it just seems so out of step with how he was portrayed before. And again, in the other sequence, I think it was episode 8 of season 2 when he was fighting Bo-Katan's the other Mandalorian who's with her.
Casca.
Casca Reeves.
Mhm.
That seemed like she was getting her licks in there too, right? So like I don't know, maybe there was this sort of like they were pulling their punches because they weren't really trying to kill each other, just trying to humiliate each other. But I was really surprised at how they were able to really sort of thwart what he was doing. And I was wondering, what was the point of that attack? Were they trying to kill them or not? Because those stun sticks didn't seem to do that much, right? Like the blades that they had, like they jab them, they will electrocute them, but they didn't, like, were they trying to kill them? Were they trying to send a message to them? What's the deal? What was the deal with that? So I found that a bit murky, that entire, he's all milk tea, no tapioca.
Mike, can I please make that into a t-shirt? All milk tea and no tapioca. And that's and have a picture of Boba Fett. And a lot of the chat mentioned, oh hey Paul.
Hey.
A lot of the chat mentioned the jetpack. You see the shot right here?
Yeah.
He could just, if he just flies up, what are they gonna do with the shield? Just throw a shield at him as he flies away? Like, he could have just done that. But
Yeah.
obviously, for plot purposes, it wasn't functional. Maybe someone jammed coins into the event because they were like being cute. Like, here's coins in your helmet and some credits in your jetpack. And it didn't function. Who knows?
Well, even that rocket blast that they deflect with the shield,
Mhm.
the concussion from, you see that fireball, neither of them are wearing their helmets. That explosion's pretty close to their heads. That should have wiped them out. Like, they're in an enclosed space, and the blast, if you look at that, it's like, it's pretty concussive there. Like, they should
It
have
was.
been
They're
knocked
both.
out.
Yeah, they're both falling back from it, but we didn't get to see that.
Yeah.
You're right. I have
So-
nothing to
They're
argue. I have nothing to argue with you guys on this scene because I was the same way. Of I don't know what happened, and again, I got to give it to Yoko's Book of Fennec because in all of when you had Boba in the foreground, if you really watch her in the background, she's taking so much electrocution and getting the crap beat out of her the whole time that she was just taking it. Like she's a badass.
Badasses can take explosions.
They
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
You can take
He's wearing
explosions
Omega's
and you don't need
branded
oxygen.
helmet.
Yeah.
Same
That's-
brand. Take all the damage, all the hit, and
Mhm. Dude,
pure
if
plot
you
armor.
rewatch it like that, dude, she's taking a crap load of electrocution.
yeah,
She
he
was.
gets like double stunned, and he gets
Yeah.
beat pretty bad though in that scene.
I had
Hey, Alex,
actually thought
welcome
he
back.
got stabbed. But then somebody told me it wasn't a stab, it was just electrocution.
Yoko,
I
who's
thought
your
that-
favorite Star Wars character?
Ahsoka.
Asking. Alex is asking.
Ahsoka is my favorite, but Fennec is climbing the charts.
Basically, this episode. Do you remember the fight with Fennec and Cad Bane? How crazy she was in animation.
Mhm.
I feel like her live action here matches how ruthless she was in that scene from Bad Batch. So I was really, really stoked to see that.
Were the ninjas weird? The ninjas were weird to me.
Parkour.
Why?
They were weird. Like they didn't they just didn't look Star Wars to me. I don't know. Like they took me out actually of the scene for a second. Like
Oh yeah, like
I was
Cheney
like, they look
says.
like Power Ranger villains or something. I don't know. Like
No,
it,
those are GI Joe Cobra Night creepers, man.
They
They
look like-
are. If you look at the toys,
yeah.
yeah, they match up right away. You're absolutely right.
Well, there's an easy repaint there.
Just using it, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
Sorry.
parkour. Boba Fett says, Fennec, I need one alive. Because you always have to capture one to interrogate.
How about when he blew the one up?
Oh, yeah.
Like
I mean, that's
Okay.
cool.
completely blew him up.
I don't know. There's one thing about the way that we're looking at Fett, and this is what Paul said earlier was, which one are we getting? How, the difference, like you were saying, of the build that he has and like that. And we don't know a timeline. You guys are absolutely correct. He did get knocked in by a blind man, and then he had to make his way out.
That's really big.
I didn't
of you
say
to
it.
admit that.
And then Jawas beat him down, and we know he's with the Tuskens, and they beat him down. And I agree with Paul when so a lot of people say when he fought the stormtroopers, they're just stormtroopers. I don't, that is kind of okay too. Like, all right, but I did feel that like he was back to himself with having his armor back. Count 4 things. I didn't say it though. I was giving you guys admitting to it. So I don't know, like what is he going to learn from the Tusken Raiders at his state of mind? It doesn't seem how Fennec wants to kill everybody and we should be doing this and be authoritative, and he doesn't. I want to rule with respect, and he doesn't really go after these guys until it seems like he just can't take enough anymore. And yeah, he disintegrates the one and blows him up, and he blows him up. He's gone, and then says, "I need one alive." I kind of feel like it is a different person, and he has this new creed or motto that he's going to go by. That it's really hard for him. He doesn't want to fully kick ass and kill everybody. I don't know. That's kind of what it seemed like to me.
Some of it for me is the way I look at it is he's been around and he was there during the height of Jabba's power, and he knows what it's cutthroat, and you have to kill everybody to stay on top. And maybe he's thinking this is not an efficient way to sort of run an empire. And I think he's trying something different where he, if he treats everyone with respect, it's like the old style, the mobsters, like we used to respect each other.
Right.
You gave your word, and that would be your bond, and that would be it, and everybody would prosper, instead of this whole everybody's like the crab theory where they're all just trying to climb over each other to get to the top. And so I think that's him really trying to kind of go, we've been around this, it doesn't work, it's not sustainable. There are regime changes. There's this, there's that. Like we can all get rich together if we're smart about it and not fight each other. We can all be rich. And I think we see foreshadows of that in some of the previews that we've seen in the trailers and stuff. So I think that's what his motivation is. And, obviously he just wants to get that one guy so he can get some information out of who sent you. And, what's the deal with that? But I think, my question is too, is like he's going to the back to tank an awful lot, right?
Yeah.
So how damaged is he? Yes, he was being digested by the Sarlacc. Yes, he was beaten by a bunch of Tusken Raider children. Yes, he's been like his body's been through the ringer and stuff, but he's been healing. But how damaged is he that he has to keep going back to the back to tank? Like he's there at the beginning of the episode, and she says, "I'm sorry, boss, we have to interrupt your cycle," which means he's been doing it for quite a while. And you can see the scars are disappearing, and he looks a lot healthier, which is cool. But it's that weird sort of like, he takes a bunch of hits, and right away it's like, we got to run back to this tank or I'm gonna die. It's like I'm trying to figure that out, like where his state of health is at for this. Like how damaged is he? And then again, that whole, he goes into the Sarlacc pit with a dancer's body, and he comes out with a bodybuilder's body type thing, right? It's just like, and I know years have passed, and so when Tamura Morrison came back, obviously he's way older than he was during episode 3, which was the last time we saw him. And so like there was the whole thing that was circulating around, like Boba Fett dad bod and all this stuff, right? And he's trimmed down tremendously, and he's fully jacked for this, which is great, but it doesn't change the fact that his body type is different from Jeremy Bullock's was, right? I don't know, height wise, length wise. I don't know what the measurements are, but he looks
Lengthwise.
significantly like more built than Jeremy Bulloch ever was. You know, so it's like, so then I know it's different people, different
He was
actors.
like really bloated coming out of the Sarlacc pit. Just like was retaining everything.
That's what happens when you don't breathe oxygen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's where all the oxygen was stored
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
in his body. Well, like Paul said, he has to retreat to the backed up pod. At which point he has one final flashback for the episode. The young Tusken Raider brings the two slaves out to farm for what Ernie and Paul and Yoko. You probably know more. Is this what moisture farmers farm for? These little pods of.
Wait, why would we know more?
Because I don't know it.
No, those are moisture
Ernie-
vaporators. The things that you see on those farms are actually drawing moisture from the atmosphere.
Right.
Right.
They're not digging for these water pods.
Okay.
Whatever.
It's
Like
a
in real
problem to
life?
me again.
Because they showed the scene of that gang beating up this one dude. I
Yes.
thought he was like a moisture farmer, and then they threw
Steal-
gang signs up on the house. You don't really learn a lot from that scene. I'm assuming that will be explained later on for them to walk out of the way to see that, and then kind of they go off screen. Ernie, did you have something to add to that part?
Yeah, man, that totally bothered me. The whole scene that you're saying is we see that, and the dude is literally stealing water from the place, and then we cut to the kid say, "Dig up the water pods." Like you can't use that water that was right back there. Like I never knew that you had to dig these up. And when we first saw these, when they were handed to Cobb to drink from, and then I didn't know that was water. We saw the black come out of it. And like that, and then the Rhodian digs it up and has one, and okay, we're looking for water, like he says, and it's like, well, you just saw a fountain in the middle of the area squirting out water, and you can't use that. I didn't know. It was weird. Like, so Tusken Raiders can have that water, you have to have this one. I don't know. That was a real funky scene for me. I get, again, we had to introduce the Raiders, like you said. It's going to be obvious. What were they tagging? Why were they tagging? And what did they do? He was obviously stealing water. You saw him. He was filling up the can like gas and then ran back. They beat the guy down. And then we cut away to, hey, dig me up some water pods. And I was like, okay, like what happened here? I know it was an introduction to that gang, but still that didn't work out for me. And this little kid is an asshole. That's just... Dude, he beat you beat him up and you kick him, and then I'm just gonna go play with you. Come on, my two toys, and let's go. And you're gonna do this. Like you can tell, he's obviously the son of the ruler, the one whoever he is. But man, what a jerk, dude! And at the same time, too, I want to know the temperature on Tatooine, because with two sons, you can't even imagine a Tusken Raider being out there the whole time. And this dude's making sand angels, kicking back in the dirt, making them work, and that's a lot. So
all the gear is cooling him down.
I guess, I don't know. I mean, again, take my nerd card away, but I'm like, dang, how much can you survive out there under that and doing all this? But man, this kid's just he's a jerk, man. And
because he was beating on Boba before,
and
then when Boba tried to escape, he grabbed the stick off of him, and he was like, "No, don't hit me!" Like,
right?
Well,
you can tell.
And then now that he's chained up again, you're gonna drag him around, and make him hunt for these.
And it's just a stick. It's not even a real gaffy stick. It's just a stick. It's not. It's like when you give your little brother, your cousins come over to play Nintendo, and you gave them the controller that wasn't plugged in, because you don't want them messing it up, because they're gonna do something. So you give them the unplugged controller.
My kids today.
That's this kid, dude. He just has a stick. Like, come on. But he's an ass, dude.
Win or Lose with the hot take says Anakin was right.
Wow.
I don't know.
I thought these were like I don't know, like cactus. They have water inside in the desert. They're hunting for these type like space versions.
Yeah.
But I grabbed this. I 3D printed this moisture evaporator.
That's nice.
That Paul referred to earlier. Just never painted it.
So it's
That's a nice
pulling
big
from
one.
the air. There you
Yeah.
go.
Pulling
Yeah,
moisture from
but-
the air.
There you go.
But those
I don't
those
know.
pods too, they showed them, they established them earlier on
Mhm.
when in episode 1 of season 2, when the Tusken Raider breaks it open and all that black guck
Yeah.
sort of comes out.
Yeah.
And Cobb Vanth is like, he's disgusted by it. So like I didn't know there was they didn't show what was the inside
Oh,
of it.
that's the same thing?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
I didn't
the-
know it
it's
was the same thing
plant.
either.
Oh.
It was the same plant. So now you figure it's like, oh, so when he cracks it open, all that dust comes out, but there's water inside of it. So he's offering him water.
Yeah.
So when he smacks it out of his hand, it's not only a huge insult, it's a waste of water,
Mhm.
right? So
Mhm.
2 backdrops.
And again, what does this jerk do? Pours it to the dog when he takes it away from Boba. Man,
Dewback, doo-doo.
It's got extra electrolytes. That's what makes it special.
there it is. That's
Yeah.
why they can stand the twin suns.
Yeah.
Well, while digging for dewback doo-doo water pods, they uncovered this creature who just happened to be under the sand. Oh no, not slideshow. What did I press? Oh, whatever. Oh my God, no!
Don't go through all the pictures. Hurry, Kev, stop
No.
it. Take it off.
Don't go through my science folder, my research folder.
Science folder. I like it.
Yeah, this creature. What was he just keeping cool under the sand, just waiting it around? Who knows? But he. Has anyone seen this creature before? Is this
Yeah.
brand new?
It's Goro
Yes, I have.
from
Yeah,
Mortal
I was,
Kombat.
I was gonna
It is
say
Goro.
that. Yeah, we've all
I mean,
seen him
in
before.
Star Wars,
No, I thought this was a creature from Clash of the Titans.
it
That's where
definitely
I'd
had
seen
that
him
vibe.
before. Yeah.
Yeah,
It looked- yeah, I thought of that to begin with.
never
It's
saw
cool that he
Goro.
can stand on his hind legs.
This was
have
also a
4
weird one
arms?
for me. I didn't
Yeah.
like him.
I didn't like it.
That we've never seen the Star Wars creature before, or what is it that you didn't like? Like
Just-
that it just popped up?
maybe because he just looks too much like Goro, or I don't know.
Yeah.
It just I couldn't buy into him, I guess, and the way he was sleeping or laying flat, and then it's something didn't make sense to me. It's one of those things where I can't tell you why it didn't make sense, but it didn't feel like it made sense. Like how he could move and how he was laying. Like it doesn't seem like it should be right.
It
I feel
doesn't
like
seem like it should be.
No,
it should. It's very.
like the articulation didn't seem accurate.
He stood up and I was like, Mortal Kombat! Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Fight. Yeah, it just started in your head. I don't know. I actually thought it was pretty cool when he dropped down to walk on the 4 legs
Yeah.
like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, that's something we've never seen. But yeah, right. You still have to question, how does this work? and where
Why
did he
was he
come
there?
from? Right. Yeah.
Why is he so jacked?
Yeah, this was crazy.
Yeah.
Well, one fatality that we see, somebody takes off the head of this creature after Boba Fett strangles him with these chains, much like Princess Leia did to Jabba the Hutt. And they go back, and first of all, that jerk Rodian
Mm-hmm.
casualty in this fight.
Bye-bye.
His hands would kind of
Snitches
droop down
get stitches. Yep.
when Goro took him out. Mortal Sarlacc. So they go back to camp. The jerk kid, he's like, oh, and of
Look
course,
what I
from my
did.
very limited understanding of the Tusken Raider language, he's like, hey man, I was just out and I hunted this thing down and nobody helped me, and I was shaking my stick and I beat him down and I cut his head off, and everyone's like, oh, you did fantastic, and the leader guy's like, yeah, okay, I don't believe you. Here, take this water. You did good.
I never got the sense that the kid was taking credit for the kill. I think he was like, look what happened. And I think he's letting them know that this guy jumped them. Like, there's no way the kid could, everybody knows there's no way the kid could have done that. I don't think the kid was trying to take credit. Asshole-ish or not, I don't think he was trying to take credit for that kill. I think he was like, we were out there, we were digging this shit up. This thing jumped us. That melted guy jumped him and choked him out. So now, this is what we have. So I don't know. I didn't get the sense he was taking credit, because it was just sort of like he kept pointing at Fett as well. If you watch it,
Yeah, and he
he's
was telling
pointing at
him,
Fett.
"This guy didn't do shit. I did
I
it
don't-
all."
I don't think
That's
so.
what he was doing. Yeah, and he's gonna be the asshole kid who beats you down, pours water in front of you, takes you out to make him do his chores, and then
Yeah, he's
that's
not
what
going
he
to
was
give him
doing,
credit.
right? And then he
Oh.
came back and he was like, "I choked him, and I did this, and that guy over there, he didn't do shit." And it's like the kid in your 4-group science class where you're supposed to all do a part of the project, and he doesn't do anything, but he still wants his name on there, and he'll take the A, even though you did it all. That's that kid, and that's exactly what he was saying. And so the dad, this has got to
No.
be his dad, knows, and
I,
he's like,
I agree
I
with
have-
Paul. I agree with
Yeah.
Paul. I didn't get that
What?
sense either.
This whole, you know what? Because like, here's the thing. He charges Fett when Fett first comes out. He charges after him, right? Like when he breaks the bonds, chokes out the dog, breaks the bonds. The kid charges after him, tries to brain him, gets totally disarmed, and Fett could have just ended him right there. And he stops, and the kid's like,
Okay.
"Oh my god!" And he knows he totally should have gotten smoked at that point, but Fett spares him, and he goes off.
Mhm.
So the kid knows this guy could have killed him, right? I mean, sand people might be assholes, but they're not stupid. And so when he goes out and he takes him, like he's totally, when he went to first untie him to take him out on the shitty sort of journey to dig up the water pods, I thought he was letting him go as a way of saying thank you for
I
not
thought so too.
murdering me the
Mhm.
other night. But instead he's like, okay, I'm gonna take you out to this thing. You're gonna listen to me, you know, this or that. And he was a bit of an asshole to him, but I think he's just, as a kid does, tries to, because he's in charge, he has to show force. It's like, no, you can't drink this unless I say it's cool for you to drink it. And to prove my point, I'm just going to pour it down. That's a child's way of thinking of things, right? Or somebody who's really insecure with their own masculinity. So that's why he does that. But I think at the end, like when he is completely like, I'm fucked, we're all dead, and Fett kills the thing, right? When he comes back, he's like, holy fuck, look what this guy did. Like this thing jumped us. And I think he's totally giving credit to Boba Fett, which is why the chieftain gives him, like, without acknowledging him, just gives him the water, saying, all right, we're gonna reassess your relationship with this village right now. That's the sense that I got from it, because he is a kid, right? And I don't think this kid would be dumb enough to take credit for something he obviously could not have done. So that was my take on it.
I think Paul might need to brush up on his native Tuscan, because when the kid pointed at Boba Fett, what I heard was, that guy is the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy? No, I took this creature out. That's
Another
what I
interesting
heard from the
point is too,
translation.
like, I love, if we're talking about the different tribes of the Sand People, there are obviously tribes that are nonverbal. You have the Mandalorian, who's speaking in a rudimentary sign language, not rudimentary, with sign language, basically with them. You have this group with different colors of the clothing. They're not relying on hand signals as much. It's a very verbal tribe. So I'm thinking, like, much like the indigenous peoples in North America, there are different tribes that have different ways of life, different ways of dealing with outsiders and whatnot. So I think this is a really fascinating example of world building here, that we're seeing different clusters. And you already see that with the Jawas a little bit, right? Different colored cloaks for the Jawas. They're not only on Tatooine, they're on other planets as well, right? So you have this really sort of okay. But you have this
My
really
bad. Sorry, go
cool no, I got to get used to all that. This really cool sense of, you know, not all Jawas are alike, not all Sand people are alike. There are differences within, and I think that's really cool in terms of universe and world building, is that there are distinctions between these species. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, I like seeing the different Tuscan races. Sorry, go ahead, Yoko.
I was just agreeing. I didn't have anything else to add. I like that they're not, you know, it's like, wow, people are different. Not, you know, a group of people within one race, they're not all the same. Imagine that.
And of course, varying outfits means, well, that was me cracking my knuckle, means more action figures to sell. And since that is the end of that episode, we're going to look at some of the toys and collectibles real quick. The first one I really want to talk about is Hot Toys Fennec Shand. 352 Canadian dollars. For the Americans in the chat, you can... No, I don't have dollars converted there.
You can
But you'll
switch
figure
it on the site.
I think it was like 270, right? 270, 290.
$2.
Whatever Paul ordered and then divide by 3.
I had it open recently because I was looking at it. I keep looking at it. I'm going to look at
This
it.
thing is awesome. Like, it looks so good.
Did any of you guys get the Boba with the throne?
Yes.
Or do you feel like now you
only
have
one
to
of those.
go back because there's Fennec Shand? Like, I need Boba in the throne as well too.
I
love that
ordered
she comes
Boba
with
on
the
the
jar.
throne just because of the preview of it. They showed Fennec beside it, so I knew she was going to be released eventually.
Right.
So that's why I got the repainted Boba on the throne.
Currency button.
It's
I'll go do that.
It's 270 US dollars. I might get Fennec, but I would only get Fennec. I would not also get Boba. No,
I'm probably in the same camp. I like that they added the robot parts there. You see, they have her
Yeah, you
taking
can
off
reveal that.
the cover.
That's cool.
That's very cool. She's got the helmet that inspired Yoko's toque.
Yep, thank you.
And for our American friends, that's a Canadian beanie. Hot Toys Fennec Shand.
no
Let's
clue.
see. Chat, what do you think? Dope or nope? I think Trevor, 16 Shooter, how you doing, man? Happy New Year. Says this is an instant pre-order. Nasser, channel member, how you doing? Says, I agree with the Fallen Fett. That turd, the small Tuscan, was taking all the credit.
I like the
I'm gonna lose it.
clarification there.
Yeah, but which turd? The ones they were picking out of the... Fred says, dope. And need.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is awesome. I wish I could get all of them, but I don't think I'm going to get Boba Fett. I will get... Look at this face. That's insane detail.
And that's a prototype. That's not even a finished version.
If I want this, do I need to pre-order it? Do I have
No,
time? As a Hot Toys noob.
Yeah, you have time. I think the actual release date isn't until like 23.
Yeah. So I can buy it anytime.
Do they sell out?
Then?
No, they don't. I mean, people don't. There's not such a run on them, especially just for pre-order. Once it does get released, then there might be a run on it, but chances are there aren't going to be. Like, the expected ship date here is April 2023 to June 2023, and that's on Sideshow. I know for if you go to Toys Wonderland, and they're based in Hong Kong, and they actually get them a lot faster, just because they don't like Sideshow. They have the North American rights to distribute them,
right.
and Toys Wonderland, they just buy them straight off from Hot Toys and then sell them third party on their site. And so like the Fennec Shand, they're coming out, their release date, estimated date, July to September of 2023. So it's, they say it's after, but I find in my experience, Toys Wonderland, they've actually released, they have access to these figures a lot quicker than Sideshow, because Sideshow has to wait for the gigantic order to get shipped across to them for them to distribute. Whereas if you just want to pick up a single figure, you can just go through Toys Wonderland and get it faster if you need it faster. So like Captain Rex, 1/6 scale, it's been delayed here. I had it on pre-order with Sideshow. It's been delayed, but Toys Wonderland has had it for a couple months now.
Sorry, I don't know why the hotkeys keep doing that.
So I like Alex's warning to me here in the chat.
Yeah, save.
So Yoko, if you don't know either, they do offer payments too that you can do. And
no, I ordered my first hot toy. I ordered because I've ordered a couple Ahsokas.
Okay.
The two different ones, not two of the same. To be clear,
not the same pre-order. All right.
Only I do that.
I don't have I don't have one in
Self-frame?
hand yet. So I think that
Yeah.
Clone Wars Ahsoka will be my first Hot Toys. I'm very excited. It actually, and watching Paul's Funboxing Sundays actually is what inspired me to. I know you can't really tell, but I did a total overhaul of my stuff back
Oh,
here
you
to
did?
clear out space. I did.
Yeah.
See, I moved some stuff around. My living room that you can't see and you will never see is like full of the stuff that I've pulled off the shelves. And I'm like, how did I pull this much stuff off my shelves and I still have this much stuff? I don't know. But I decided I've been inspired by all the Hot Toys I've been seeing, and that's the direction I want to go. So
And that's also why I've stopped buying Black Series.
Yeah.
So it's just no more room. That and like it's like the re-releases, the repaints, just new packaging, but it's the same figure. It's just kind of like, okay, like I need to pick a lane. So I'm just switching over to Hot Toys.
yeah, this is what I was laughing at.
Hot tip from. Can you guys hear me?
Nope.
Okay.
Yeah.
No. Nice
No.
try. Yoko Sideshow also offers great installment plans, but don't use the Canadian site to pre-order because your toy will come lathered in butter. It will not, because there is a butter shortage due to a recent.
Someone stole the butter. Weird.
Yeah, I wonder
Yeah.
who that is.
Anyone need butter? Hit me up after. DMs only.
Yeah, speaking of, let me know when
And-
you want me to send it all back to you. I only have so much room in the deep freezer, so
Why
Let me
would I
know.
ship it to California first?
so you don't get busted in Canada.
Okay. There's also the Boba Fett's repaint armor on the throne. I'm gonna go through it real quick.
Now that's beautiful. That is wow.
Incredible detail on that. I'm trying to get to the last slide to see what, they usually show everything that it comes with. There's the throne. Do you think there's still a Rancor under there? Moochie?
Not a HasLab one.
Oh.
I'll tell you this much too. I'll tell you this much though. As soon as Moochie is shown on like episode number 4 and it comes out from the Rancor pit, HasLab's going to throw it back up. There it is. And it'll probably get funded even before a stretch goal is revealed. Like
Wow.
that's just how they work. Oh, it's a Boba Fett Rancor? Okay. That's different. Let's do
Packaged
it.
with repaint,
Yeah.
cookie
No.
dough Boba Fett.
Repainted
I-
cardboard, repainted bones, everything.
No. I think once bitten, twice. I think fans are gonna go, this crap again. And I think hopefully that everybody go, no, you got to
Right.
earn it. You got to earn it. You can't just throw crap out there.
Right.
But this is and just so people know or aware that Boba Fett on the throne, that is season 2 Mandalorian Boba Fett. The Boba Fett ski paint, the outfit is different in Book of Boba Fett. This is not from Book of Boba Fett. This is from the end of the Mandalorian, season 2, and you can see from his belt and even the colors and the pant, everything. Like they've made significant changes to it, which again has driven the actual like costumers insane because it's like, you've changed the costume again. So
Yeah, they were ready to go from that end credit scene, and then
yeah,
episode 1 shows up. What the hell?
different boots, different knee rockets, different everything. So, well, not everything,
Again,
but
the only ones clapping are Hasbro. Yes.
Oh, and Hot Toys. Hot Toys is doing
Right.
that too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but I think that
Yeah,
would
I
be the
think it's
only way
crazy.
to get the throne, though. So you're
Yeah.
gonna have to get that one to get the throne, and then when Book of Boba Fett 1 comes out, then
all right.
you can use it. Or we can just all wait for Kevin to print us one, and we'll get it painted. Yeah.
There's also, if you're into the 1/12 scale, the Star Wars Black Series by Hasbro, Boba Fett's Throne Room, which is like that Hot Toys. I think it's based on the Mandalorian look. And you can get that. It's a deluxe.
Why?
highly debatable deluxe. It comes
Why?
Because it's in a
everything that
wider
he
box.
should.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we packaged his stuff on the side. Throw it on deluxe. I was so disappointed that I didn't have this figure in hand for me to watch the first episode.
Maybe season 2. Well, this is
I
only the
don't know.
vintage.
Yeah, what is going on with the Black Series Fennec Shand? Like,
It's out.
It's out.
Well, it's supposed to be out.
kind of.
No, it is. It hit Targets and Walmarts immediately, but everybody only got one case. So if you were lucky enough,
Did it
then
hit
you
all
grabbed it.
parts?
Yeah, a lot. But of course, you know how that is. Now some workers
I don't
have
know
it. and
anyone up here who got one.
A lot of
Right.
eBay and Christmas people
Hmm.
got it for that reason. I went on the hunt to 3
Yeah.
Targets, missed it by seconds at each one. I show up at the third one. The guy goes, yeah. And then he comes out and he says, here you go. Here's the whole wave. And the only 2 missing were Boba and Fennec.
Hmm.
And he goes, no, the case was sealed in the back.
But none of
And
none of the mass retailers have put it up, right?
Dorkside Toys got theirs
mass
in.
retailers. Amazon,
well,
Target.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they haven't put it
Yeah.
to order. A one
Yeah.
case showed up at the stores, and
Yeah.
that was it. And this was about 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
that was your only luck. And then
Waiting
the
for my
online
Fennec.
ones. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that she is out there though, Yoko. So If
I do have one pre-ordered from somewhere, but I want to find it in real life, you know? It just
Paul,
feels
Yeah.
excellent.
I'm with
Excellent.
Paul. I have it everywhere.
Fennec I'm gonna
Amazon.
get 2 intentionally.
Yeah.
Intentionally.
Amazon has
On the
Pulse
spreadsheet, it has
everywhere.
I
Yeah.
in brackets for intentional.
Yeah.
So she knows she didn't.
You gotta
One to
get
talk, one to
2.
talk. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna get 2 Fennec Shand. It's awesome. It's Black Series Fennec Shand, and maybe I'll wait for a new Boba Fett from like Book of Boba Fett
Mm-hmm.
for Black Series. Ernie, I'm assuming you're getting these.
Yeah. Like I said, I went
Paul.
hunting down because the other Boba Fett that's out right now is the one in the Tusken Raider gear.
Hmm.
So that's
Right,
the
and
one that
that'll
got
be good.
released with this Fennec. Yeah. So I went out hunting these, and like Paul, I have orders everywhere, but haven't received anything yet. So, but yes, I will get these Bobas, even though how much I just complained about Hasbro. I still got to get my Boba.
That's
Yeah.
why they do it.
I know.
That's why they do it, because it's
Look
like
at that
it's
wall.
the
Look,
hardest
I
geek
just-
tax. Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
15 different Bobas sitting right there that are all the same exact Boba. Here's a Boba in front of me. Right, everything. So, oh well. But yeah, I got to do 2. I got to get one keeping it Ernie, and then one to open up on the shelf. So
I should make my spreadsheet available for pre-order. Just I'll just make it a free download on my website that everyone can download the spreadsheet.
there you go.
Um,
You're
More
right. Yeah,
butter.
I know where it's. I have it pre-ordered from Big Bad.
Yeah.
That's where most of my pre-orders are. I like that loot pile.
Yeah.
Uh,
Dorkside has been
Yeah,
killing
Paul's
it lately,
probably
though,
out.
with getting everything early.
Paul's out for Black Series. Your hot
Yeah,
toys mainly.
I had to stop, and I'm kind of glad. It's kind of liberating not having to worry about that, just because the distribution. You all know how frustrating it can be with the exclusives and the waves, and certain figures are missing, and it's getting to the point of lunacy up here, where like people are just scalpers are going up and scooping up everything within seconds, raiding pallets
Here
and opening
too.
boxes and stuff like that, and it's just like.
Yeah.
That's frustrating. I don't need that kind of aggravation in my life. Like this is, and you think we're adults, we're grown ass adults doing this. What about the kids who actually want to play with the fucking shit? It's like they get nothing, and that's
Yeah.
that's what drives me crazy. It's like fuck, you're not even leaving anything for the kids. And for all intents and purposes, it's like no, I'm done. I'm gonna just stick with the hot toys. They'll be in stock. You know, there's no crazy rush on them or this or that. I find that the level of detail is great. They come out staggered, so it's not like every other week there's something else that I need to sort of hunt down. So it's just like I'm part of like a Facebook group, and they go out and they hunt for each other, just to, and then not to gouge each other, but it's like, are you looking for this? So there's a list of stuff that everybody's looking for. And if they happen to be there, they'll send photos to the group saying, "Hey, who needs this? Who wants this?"
Oh,
But at
that's
the
the only
end,
way
if
you can these days.
Yeah, and
Honestly,
that's the thing. And it's like, but then I feel like an asshole because I've done that too. And it's like 3 people in the group want the same figure. It's like, okay, it's here. I'll grab 3, and it looks like I'm hoarding it for myself. It's like, no, this is for my friend, this is for my other friend, this is for my third friend. But you
Right.
feel like an asshole because you've got 4 of them, and there's a little kid looking at you, and you're like, that's a shame. And you go and you pick them anyway, right?
No,
So-
you just have to push them out of the way, or you show them another toy and you hand them that one. You do a quick switch when
Yeah.
they look at you and they think that you're handing them a boba,
Right.
and you're actually handing them, a wrestling figure or
A grief
something.
card
They
back.
don't know. Yeah, then
But
you're
and-
fine.
Or what's even funnier is, when I was at Toys R Us and I was just going through, and I found somebody had stashed some figures, like it was the Clone Wars Echo. Was it Echo that was really hard to get?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ARC Trooper Echo, and somebody had taken 2 of them and hid them somewhere. And it was like I stumbled upon it, and this was like weeks after all the sort of madness had died down, where everybody's trying to get that 50th anniversary edition. And I found them, and I was like, huh. And it was just like, okay. So instead of putting them back, I just went and bought them because like whoever was hiding it for somebody else, it's like, well, you're not gonna get these. And so I took them, and then I bought them, and then I gave them out to other people who were looking for them, right?
Mhm.
So, but it's just that it gets that weird thing. Where it's like, I'm gonna hide this for you now. I'm gonna hide this so no one else can buy it, and you stash it in like the diaper section or someplace else. to do
Don't give
that.
them all
It's
the
just-
secrets.
Yeah, usually behind the towels or comforters, because that won't smash the box.
Yeah.
That will just, then you're good right there. And then now we
Alright, so
know
you had
why,
those for
Kevin,
me.
you couldn't find those ones that Winger Lose tried to hide for you. That's Paul got them.
So I'm out.
Oh, is that-
I'm out. I can't do it. And they're lovely too. That's the other thing. Is I look at them and go,
Mhm.
oh, maybe I'll just get that wave, or maybe I'll just get that.
That's
thing."
what I
It's
was
like,
going to
no.
say. That's awesome that you have the strength to do that, but isn't it hard? Like you're saying, you just saw them sitting in the store and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, it's right here.
Yeah, and I'm like, no, I can't. I'm not. gonna do
Oh
it.
man, see,
Cannot
I
do it.
wow.
You have to be all or
I-
nothing. You can't just about
That it's
I
a
Yeah.
slippery,
noticed you said the whole wave. Like, what about like when?
it's a slippery slope because I've got kind of like that a bit of a completist thing
Yeah.
going where it's like if
Mm.
it's like it
Okay, but
started
I-
with I'm just gonna get Mandalorian figs. That's it.
Mm.
If it's and then it's like, oh yeah, but look at this special edition Captain Rex. And it's like, oh fuck. Okay. And you
What
just grab
if-
that and then
What if they make Carson Teva? You're gonna break all the rules.
I'm gonna buy all that shit.
Buy everything.
That's a given.
If you don't, I'm
Buy
gonna
all
buy
that
it for
shit.
you.
If it's me, yeah, I gotta buy, I have to
Right.
buy it.
He's gonna be scented. He's gonna
Testing the boundaries here. Okay.
he's gonna be in his text. Where did you hide it behind? Oh, in the third dresser drawer. All
I
right.
would hope
Yeah.
if there was one, Hasbro would be nice enough to send me one or two.
Well, they'll probably
Right.
send it to Kevin first,
All
so
right,
you might have to
Give
Yeah.
the camera a wink, ball. Be like, hey, I hope Hasbro. There it is.
If they're doing that,
Yeah,
That will probably be the first figure. First
I'd
one you
pull
order
away
12
too.
of intentionally.
Intentional.
I had to pull away too, and I can't get. I used to be a completist as well too. I
Yeah.
mean, as you can see, I'm that guy. But then you're right. The repaints and the just repackaging. Now
Yeah.
it's just per case. You just have to pick the ones that you want.
yeah,
But
It's
if
like-
you don't have help out there, you can't get it. I mean,
Yeah.
that's why we have our Discord. Like Kevin knows, that's huge. But we have a whole page to that. Like, what are you looking for? We need help. I mean, Yoko already said it, and I already have it in my head. Okay, if I see 2 Fennecs and nobody else needs one,
right.
I'll message Yoko and see if she needs it. Like,
yeah.
that's already in my head because you have to play it out for all your friends and help because that's the only way. Because these scalpers are horrible now. I showed up to a Walmart at 11 o'clock and I'm like, man, I haven't done this in a long time. They had all the pallets out. I'm walking and I'm looking through, and all of a sudden, dude, I count 15 people there waiting that
Wow.
don't even live in my area where they live. They
Yeah.
live 40 minutes down the hill and looked at me like I was the asshole. And I'm like, dude, I've been doing this before you were. What are you doing in my town?
Yeah.
And I'm the nice guy. I try, and I was looking, and the lady says, what are you here for? I said, I was looking, here's some Star Wars. I'm just checking this out. I said, what are you guys all here for? What do you need? And she just looked at me and walked away. And I was like,
Your whole beef.
wow. Okay. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It was crazy. I mean, I hope she found her purse that I hid down the thing, but still, you don't look at me like that in my Walmart.
Wow.
But
That's
yeah,
nuts.
it gets really bad. I mean, we almost had a fight at a Target one time. Like, it's so horrible.
Wow.
It is. When it gets to that point, all I can say is I need to lose weight so I can run faster. But that's Yeah, that was horrible, man. We had a guy, we were waiting for the Target exclusives, of course, and he shows up, and there was a whole line of us already, and a guy got dropped off in the car and ran, and they right when they opened up the doors, and he ran in the middle and took off to go grab everything while we were all just waiting there. So
Wow.
now we're all running, and
Oh,
then Chevy went. Yeah, it's
wow.
I'm with you, and that's the part that takes away from it.
Yeah.
But if you're not into a group or you have a collection of friends who can help you out, nowadays it's very hard to obtain anything. So it does pull away from the fun factor, and I can get why you would want to step away from it.
Yeah.
But I do commend you because that's so hard. Because like Yoko said, I mean, you have it right in your hands and it's there. How do you not get it? I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the hardest part.
I don't know. It does get to me though. It's like when we talk about the repaints too. Can anyone say Carbon Series? Like it's the exact same figure, just painted like with a little bit of
Carbonized.
metallic in it
Mhm.
and in a new box, but it's the same freaking figure.
Oh, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Some of them are pretty though.
They are. Yeah, the credit
They
series.
are.
No, I mean, yeah, I've got them.
Oh, that's what I was talking about. The credit
Yeah.
one.
But I'm like, enough,
Credit,
because
carbonized.
there's another
Yeah.
wave
It's
of
the same
credit,
thing.
Yeah.
credit figs that are out, and I was down there and I was like, I'm gonna get them, and it's like, stop. This
Yeah.
has to stop. This is madness. This is absolute madness.
It's
I
like
have
the
no
first
space.
one is cool, and then when they keep doing it,
So that's
When
the
they
thing.
release a carbonized version of Han in carbonite, that's when like they've really run out of ideas.
And it probably will come.
I saw
At the
this
same
thing the other
time-
day.
At the same time, though, sorry, but speaking with my toy industry hat on, some those repaints
That orange one?
allow for some of the more complex or more niche characters to be made. So keep that in mind. You know, like they're able to save money on a repaint, then maybe that's extra money they can put into designing something brand new. So yeah, it seems like a cash grab, and to some degree it probably is, but it also allows for something else to be designed too. So keep that in mind.
No, I definitely consider that, but it's at a certain point, you get. I don't want to finish the sentence, but you get milked enough, and there's,
Then
there's
don't buy
nothing
them.
left.
But then don't buy them, and that's when they'll
Absolutely.
stop making them, right? So
That's
Yeah.
where I'm at. I'm not
Yeah.
falling into that carbonized or credit. Like, ooh, it comes with the credit. I could just 3D print it myself, and it's a pretty card back, and I love card backs. So some stuff, I get reuse and things help keep costs down. But thank you for bringing that up, because I don't think a lot of people really factor that in, or they don't even care to hear it. They're just like, I just
no,
want.
it's what
this
it
or
is. They don't care to hear it.
But
Lazy
yeah,
repaint.
that's right.
You know how many times I've heard lazy repaint in my life? I used to work for Funko. You can't hurt me.
I saw this Fennec Shan the other day, Black Series. I think it was on Reddit, and it was the first one because the first one Ming-Na went autographed because she autographed it, and she's like first autograph ever, and she
Yeah.
wrote it on the Black Series figure.
That's
Like,
so
imagine
cool.
having
Yeah,
that.
so
That's
cool.
so cool.
Lucky.
Paul,
Are you
keep that in
serious?
mind. Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was awesome.
Tops finally sent me blanks.
Ooh,
Nice.
Blank.
So I got blanks of
That's
this.
cool.
So now
Yeah.
I can finally start autographing them and sending them to people.
So Paul, that's
Oh,
just for
is that
you,
your
or is
only-
that going to be a series?
No, this is just for me. This was when they first approached me for the autograph series. I said, well, yeah, I'd love to do it, but I want a certain number for myself, so I can give out, or just for keepsakes and this and that, so I don't have to go out and try to
Nice.
buy a whole set of cards, just get my own signature. And they're like, yeah, sure. And then we had to chase them to get it, and they finally sent a box after. So it's like, yeah, so I'm really happy to get these. And I got what they do with these cards is they don't send the cards themselves. They send these sticker packs, and you have to autograph these clear sticker packets, basically. And they send them out, and then they'll take them and they'll apply them onto the cards. And in that way they can do quality control. They can look at each of the signatures and stuff. And trust me, my signature gets pretty janky on a few of those, because it's like, oh yeah, I'm into like autograph 200, and it's like I need to take a break because the P's are starting to look like D's and everything's getting really sort of messy. But for these ones, they send you like the sticker pack and these special pens to sign with, and these pens are like they say, you know, send the pens back. Don't keep the pens, send them back. And I looked them up on Amazon. They're super expensive. So I ordered them some because they're amazing for autographs. And now, like, and I've tried them on this card, and these autograph just on the card beautifully with those pens. So I'm really happy to have finally gotten these and to give out to fans as well for little things here or there. So
yeah, that's cool.
Those are sweet. I own 2.
And how did you get one, Ken?
How did I get one? One I bought on eBay after
the other one.
not getting it in 2 of the tins. How I got the second one?
I'm pretty sure you cried about it.
What's that?
I'm pretty sure you cried about it.
Okay.
That's how
Well, I got the Morgan Elsbeth Magistrate card, and the signature was way off. You know, Paul mentioned quality control.
Way off. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, you know, this little piece of tape that she was supposed to autograph on, like a third of her autograph was cut off. And, you know, I got this card and I wrote to Topps and they're like, okay, mail it in. So I mail it in and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go buy Paul's autograph off eBay. And then I buy it off eBay and then Topps sends me the replacement. It wasn't another Morgan Elsbeth card. It was a Paul Carson Teva autograph, but numbered. So I have 2 and it's awesome.
I was just trying to point out that you cried for it. Thank you.
And then he made us jump on a live stream.
Yeah.
I invited you to a live stream.
Yoko was so mad.
I was working. I was not camera ready. You gotta give a girl some notice.
Is there more merch that we need to talk about?
Sorry, somebody asked about what kind of pen it was.
Mm-hmm.
It's the Stabilo Permanent OHP Universal CD/DVD marker pen. Stabilo, Stabilo, Permanent OHP Universal CD/DVD marker pen.
I've already lost it.
A lot of letters.
You can post it on your Instagram stories, Paul.
Yeah.
This episode sponsored by. Well, if there's no more merch, I think we can kind of wrap it up. Overall, this episode, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't blown away, and I don't think it's because of my Boba bias. But I will keep watching because dude, you're going to have your chance. No, I think it'll pick up. And I really hope it picks up. I want to give it a chance, but just from this episode, I was more impressed with Fennec Shand and but you know, Boba Fett. I hope there will be more. It ramps up, but you got to set up the story and everything that's going on. Yoko, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I enjoyed the episode. I don't think there was really like a OMG situation, you know, with it. I think there were a couple moments that took me out of the show, you know, like the ninjas and Goro and they, you know, so it wasn't perfect by any means, but I still enjoyed it, and I do think it'll keep getting better. And I think the reveal at the end will be like, you know, how Falcon and the Winter Soldier became Captain America and the Winter Soldier. At the end, it's going to become the Book of Fennec Shand. Yep.
Okay.
True.
Paul.
Yeah.
Yourself?
First episodes are hard. I think first episodes of any series are really, really hard because you're laying down the foundation for the inevitable series. And yes, we did see Boba Fett in Mandalorian season 2, and yes, there seems to be a lot of crossover happening. They seem to be going in a sort of like an MCU approach with all the Star Wars franchises, where there's crossovers. It's all part of the same universe, same timeline for some of it. It's going to be really interesting. It'll be nice to see like other shows like Andor and Obi-Wan sort of to break up that timeline a bit as well. But you know, my only complaint really about that first episode was I wanted more, which isn't a bad thing. Like, always leave your audiences wanting more. Like, I wanted the story to continue on. So I think it succeeded on that front for me. I was engaged with the story. Some little questions I had in terms of like, okay, so what is Boba Fett's, what's his strength level? What's his prowess? Like where does he stand? And I think, you know, they're just trying to recorrect for how badass he was for season 2 of Mandalorian. They're trying to pull him back and not supercharge him too much. So it gets a bit more challenging for him. Yeah, no, again, this was something that I was really greatly looking forward to. I wasn't disappointed in it. I'm excited to see what happens next with it. And yeah, I cannot wait, because I think, like everything else, once it hits its stride, it's going to go off like stink, and it's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Cool. Thanks, Paul. And from our featured guest, The Fall in Fett, your thoughts?
So I was saying that because you said how you weren't biased. I think you were a little biased. I'm just kidding. No,
I said it was because of my Boba bias.
Yeah,
or it wasn't. Yeah. Okay.
I think I agree. It wasn't like total oh my god and all this. I think a lot of people were comparing to the Mandalorian episode, and with Mandalorian we had no idea where we're going, what it was doing, or anything, and we have this expectation with Boba Fett. Everybody has their own story, what they want to see and what's going to go on. So I think that was a lot harder for people to accept, being only the first episode. Oh, there was, you know, a lot of not talking. Oh, we had a lot of flashbacks. How come we didn't use his jetpack? I mean, there was a lot in it, but I just love it because it means you watched and you're now talking about it, and that's exactly what this show should be doing, is getting everybody on there. So that's cool. I think it's going to be coming together as a whole, like all the chapters. I think everyone, we're going to be saying something about something. Why didn't we get this? And why didn't we get that? Until we get that final one and all the chapters are laid out, and we're going to be like, wow, that was great. And maybe if you go back into a rewatch, like, oh, this is so cool. I think it's going to be that type of expectation. I hope that's what happens, but I'm excited for it. And it was great. And I just can't wait to see where it goes.
Yeah, dude. Yoko sent this graphic earlier. In 2022, there are 8 episodes of Boba Fett starting December, 12 episodes of Cassian Andor, 16 episodes of Bad Batch Season 2, 6 for Obi-Wan Kenobi, which I will definitely be doing a show for, a TV movie for Lego, 8 episodes of Mando Season 3, and Disney Gallery 4 episodes. And then while we were chatting, I counted, 49 weeks of new episodes?
Aren't there 7 episodes of Boba Fett?
I thought it was 7 as well.
I'm now questioning the validity of this graphic I see you.
Okay, fact check your own graphics, Yoko.
Yeah, I thought there was 7 chapters too.
7 chapters.
But
chat, what do you want to see us cover? I want to cover Kenobi, even if I have to do it myself. But obviously, you're all invited. But you know, it's 49 weeks of episodes, if that math is correct. If they don't overlap, that's almost a whole year. So that's crazy. But you know, pick and choose. This is some awesome stuff here, and very cool time to. Well, it's been a cool time to be a Star Wars fan, but lots more content coming. And hopefully, people who are still with us, thank you for still watching, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. If you want to catch up with me, I'm on Instagram at Toying Around, Twitter, I'm Toying Around, and I just post toy pictures and collections and stupid geeky related memes, and every Thursday, Unboxing Thursdays. So please stick around, and lots of cool stuff to talk about. Yoko, how about you?
I'm Yoko McCann on Instagram and Twitter, and Livin La Vida Yoko over on Twitch, where I stream a couple times a week, Tuesdays and Wednesdays. And then if you watch the new episode of Book of Boba Fett when it drops right at midnight Pacific time at midnight 30, as Kevin coined for me very, very graciously, we jump on Twitch to talk about it right after we watch it. So it gets those immediate feels out, questions, whatever. We talked at length about the maggot crawling out of Boba Fett's chest this last week. And you know, it was you catch some details that maybe you missed or other people saw that you missed, and it's a lot of fun to be able to have that immediate chat. I think it's therapeutic. So join us for that. Livin'
Midnight
with
30
Yoko.
crew, gang, gang.
Gang,
Gang, gang.
gang.
Mr. Iro, Uncle Iro.
You can find me on my socials, Twitter, Bitter Asian Dude, at Bitter Asian Dude, Instagram at Angry Appa. I also have a YouTube channel called Bitter Asian Dude Inc., where I do fun boxing Sundays. That's my major sort of live stream event. Sunday nights, Eastern, 7 p.m. I unbox one of my geeky collectibles, usually a hot toy. I do a half-ass review and we chat. It's a fun night. Join us Sundays. Although tomorrow night I'm not going to be doing it because I'm actually packing to go to Vancouver for 5 months to work on Avatar, the live action adaptation of Avatar: The Last Airbender. So the next time you see me online I'll be in wintry Vancouver. Apparently there's way more snow there than there is anywhere else in the world right now, which is very, very weird for Vancouver. So I'll be out there. So for the next 5 months, I will be in Vancouver streaming, working, and playing. So yeah, you can
Sweet.
check me out there. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the next episode of what are we calling this show? Falling
Spilling
Fat?
the boba tea.
Spilling the boba tea.
I want to call it all tapioca and what was it? All
all
tapioca,
milk.
no tea. That's what Conchisi said. I kind of like that too.
No, it was all milk, no tapioca.
Oh,
No
something
milk.
like that. I'm gonna go. Oh, Mike had a good one too. Will you be? Did you check the Wi-Fi out there, Paul? Did you say like?
I don't know. I'm gonna be staying. We'll see. We will see because I'm staying at it's like a hotel apartment type thing. I'm really hoping they have an Ethernet port. That would save me. If it's fucking shitty hotel Wi-Fi, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Here we
'cause
go.
This is
You
we're
gotta write
living
that
in
in your contracts, Paul.
well, we're living in the 21st fucking century, and I don't understand why everything has to be fucking Wi-Fi. With everybody hogging up the fucking bandwidth, trying to download porn or whatever the fuck they do with that, trying to stream. So I'm really, really hoping that there is a bandwidth and like an Ethernet port. If not,
Whoever's
I
on
don't know. I'm
Twitch,
gonna look
please
into
clip that.
what's that.
I hope whoever's watching on Twitch clips that.
Yeah. And people I see here somebody's asking, is this my Iro beard? No. This is cut for Iro, but this is not my Iro beard. So I'm gonna say is just wait when the inevitable picture does get leaked, it looks fucking amazing. But
Oh
you
man,
guys have
that's
to
so
wait
cool.
for that. It is absolutely nuts. So yeah, no, this is just how I look as a civilian. It's I think
is it like hair
ideally
extensions for your mustache?
you're gonna have to it's unbelievable, Yoko. It is
I've never thought
unbelievable what
about
they
it.
do. Yeah,
Huh.
pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So I don't want to get in trouble with Netflix.
Okay, fair,
A little
fair
hand
enough.
slap saying don't give out any, but it is what I'm gonna say is the first time we went through it was like a 6-hour process.
Wow.
And so they're gonna get it down to less than that, obviously, but it was an amazing transformation. So I can't wait for you all to see it.
Can't wait,
and
man.
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
You're gonna kill it. Seems the cast that has been put out there.
Yeah.
It looks great. Very excited for it.
Yeah. I'm super pumped. Ken Leung, DDK, and the main cast too, like Gordon and Kia Wendio and Ian and Dallas. They're all fantastic. Fine young actors. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm the old guy. They're all young. I'm the old guy. So it's gonna be fun.
Either way, man, congratulations. That's very cool. Very happy for you. I also missed Canuli T cheered 9 bits 2 hours ago. Pro Twitch streamer right here. Son of Eagle San followed you 2 hours ago. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Finally, Mr. Fall in Fett.
Thanks, man, for having me here. It was great. It was such an honor to be here with you guys. I really appreciate it. You can find me on Thursday nights at 8 p.m. with the Toy Migos on They're Not Dolls, where we go everything over toys, what's going on out there, and everything toy talk. It's pretty cool. 2-hour show. Go check it out. That's on Toy Migos YouTube. And on Wednesday nights at 8 p.m., we break down the Boba Fett episode like that night at 8 p.m. on the Sarlacc Digest podcast. You can find us there on YouTube as well too.
Sweet.
That's what I got going.
A lot of great stuff. I mean, I love that my friends make really cool things and content. You are all awesome. And it's great to have you here. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate your time, and this was a lot of fun. You know, it's everyone brings something different. There's some really good geeky talk today. Got into some major details, and I look forward to seeing you and the chat come back. Unboxing Thursdays is Thursday. Wednesday, we're gonna do Spider-Man No Way Home stream. I hope you've had a chance to watch it. Bring some tissues, because man, that movie was a tearjerker, and I don't think I'm gonna keep it together. But Wednesday night, 9 p.m.
Well, now I have to watch.
Until then, what's that?
That just sold it for me to tune in.
It's Trandoshan over here. Such a. That's all for tonight. Thank you everyone for watching, and keep toying around. Wait, do we need to do a heart with Ernie?
Oh.
He can never get it.
Yeah. Wait, let's see. Oh man, that's gonna be.
Here, I got it.
No, nope. I can't. Nope.
Turn that arm the other way.
Which way?
Okay, use your other arm and go over your head. There you go. Now
Go
bring it in.
over
Bring it in
my
towards
head?
Yoko. Yeah.
I can't. I'm just going
That
farther
chair
away.
didn't have wheels. Okay, we're
Yeah,
good.
it does.
Thank
Too
you.
much.
Thumbnail.
There we
Keep
go.
toying around, everyone. Peace.
I didn't know I had to do yoga first.